Birdie, you were taking which character again?
Oh, which character?
Yeah, Myra?
I have a Athelina or Lena.
No. Oh, there you are. Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, I need to.
Glad you're here. We were just chatting about Olmec culture and the falls of civilizations and old gods and all that stuff. And you guys had just discovered this tomb temple complex in this old fallen city in the jungle. You'd traveled for about a half a day hacking your way in and stumbled upon these large ruins and quickly realized you were in an urban environment at one point, cracked and broken now, overgrown. Suddenly you fell through the floor into a large chamber in this complex. Made your way into a chamber where there was a crayfish guardian named Carmack Cull. Quite aggressively told you that. You talked to him for a bit. He told you that he'd one day come from the hallway to the north, and you followed his advice and agreed that if you come back, he will have to destroy you and be a good guardian. He was pretty adamant about that, and so okay, you took your chances and skidded off down the passageway. You happened to find that the walls had corroded and sagged on one part in particular that the original engineers hadn't counted on these long years finally taking their toll on the plaster and such, and part of the wall that was weak because there was a plug, a key rock had sagged away, and you discovered a portal into this little foyer, which you had six urns of oil from a bygone era, and you stumbled upon the sepulchre of Tlakas Papalakas. Apparently, some person that had served the old bat god, the old bloodthirsty gods.
Yeah, and I cry out his name. Last thing I did. I'm gonna try to speak to him. Not trying to find him. Let's see.
Okay, before we start, and that's excellent. Any quick questions? Pardon me. Any characters not working avatars? I'll quick recap. You did open up this complex door system, and you figured out the trap, and he'd found a vial of this mysterious green liquid that was meant to fall out and splash on the floor. You surmise. You're not sure what it did or what the consequences. Beyond that was an eerie room that it gave off this strange green glow, and once behind the doors is a chamber cut out of the rock with a veil of calcite and stalactites covering the walls. And there's huge buttresses rise from the corners, and brown shot through with black. There's all sorts of stucco, and there's a pallor of death around the room. And there's processions of priests and warriors, and they're dragging victims to their doom. There's a huge block, 10 by 20 feet, in the center of the room, and it's covered with intricate carvings and glyphs engraved on the floor. Directly in front and in between you and the block, there's more glyphs in a circle. Also, there's a large battle axe embedded in the wall about 6 feet above the floor across the room. You can make out.
I have a question, and then I have a question for the group. Question for the referee, and then for the group.
Of course.
So Darren, you said that the scenes depict the victims being dragged to their fate. Does it show on the walls what their fate ultimately is, what they do to them?
In that strange stylized format, it's not so like linear and such. It's just a sort of a motif, but there is aspects of this large bat creature that they all seem to revere and bring the
Okay.
victims aboard.
So perhaps to be devoured by the bat god or something, or we're not sure,
Yeah.
or be destroyed by him anyways. Okay. And then for the group, I wanted to propose this out of character. I have the ability to speak with the dead. I think that based on the axe piercing the wall with the arm with the shadow, I think that there's going to be a creature in here we cannot defeat without a magic weapon, is my guess. I mean, it's showing like, hey, I think this thing is probably in there, and if we release it, then we're gonna have to fight it. That's my guess. Being that is the case, what if we did not open the sarcophagi and I just talked to him? And what I would ask him is for him to give us some token to pass Kolkakea without battle. And then in turn, we will accomplish one of his regrets from life. Part of that is I'll probably have to rip the heart out of the next enemy we fight, though. Because I have to sacrifice the next enemy to Mikutli if we do that.
So I kind of vote yes, because that'd be sad to do to the poor crawfish.
Yeah, like maybe we can
did
just
make a promise to him.
just kind of avoid him, that way.
Like, we don't want to kill you, but here.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. No,
I mean, I think he's like the devourer of worlds or something. He's just gonna like chop our heads off probably, and we just don't know it yet. That's my fear. It's a little crab dude. The actual.
The crayfish?
Yeah.
That reminds me, on Roll20, would you get the screen and music going?
I can see the VTT on my end.
The screen is
I'll read
there. There's music?
I don't hear
Oh, there
any
is
music.
music. What does the music play?
no, there's just a sound effect. There's like kind of a howl.
Oh, the wind. Okay, the wind, yes.
There we go.
At the
Now it's
moment.
working for me.
And but you might be surprised there could be something like this happen suddenly.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm awake now. Thank you.
The audience is now deaf.
I've done a little bit of work, everyone be warned. I've done a bit of dabbling with some sounds, so
So is that okay with everybody?
Ripping out
just my
someone's heart and petitioning him? Yeah, go for it.
Instead of opening the sarcophagi.
Might as well.
Do you all want to search the room first with the risk of
Yes.
potentially triggering something though? I'll go and
There
go with
is-
the torch if you all want to search
There is
the room.
knowledge and loot to be
Oh.
had, so...
But we're running out of
So-
time too. It'll take time.
I think I asked last session if there was anything shiny, and the answer
Okay.
was no.
let me just bring up a few reminders. Now it's open time. You can do what you will, but be warned, if you move your avatar to a piece, you've moved it physically.
Yeah.
I
I might have moved that one when I tried to move something on the screen.
Yeah, and if you want to check out the glyphs on this, you have to move to that. If you want to check out the battle axe, you have to go to it. And so on. Or you can do whatever you want. You can carefully quarter the room or do whatever.
I'll move him. I'm not sure where he was. I think he was here. I was trying to scroll out and I bumped my mouse button.
No problem.
I would imagine my relationship with Miklanta Kutle is one where it's just one of terror. It's not like I actually love him or obey or venerate him or something. It's just one of terror. So you see Zima come in and just start muttering to Miklanta Kutle, the god of the dead.
You feel almost there's whispers that come in and go, shh. Are you whispering this at Olmec?
I just would, not yet. I would just be preparing myself while they search the room. That way, I was just describing what I was doing while they searched the room before I yell out.
Let's go through let's ask everybody then. And you can bring up any points or logistics at this moment before we start, technically. I'll assume that one of you has a torch going, and some of you might realize that you don't see so clearly. You have to be in another light source unless you light your own light source. I think at the moment Zima has the torch going.
I'll light one of my torches if that's all right with you.
Okay, I will. So that means your token will emit light. Torches, they sputter in this mist. Okay.
And we will enter the room to explore and hopefully placate a dark deity.
And the room gives everybody heebie-jeebies. Unless you're of chaotic alignment, anyone else, just you can feel like an oppressive nature of this place.
So
Go ahead,
chaotic,
though.
it just feels comfy then?
Yeah, well, it's still like, you're like, whoa.
Kind of weird. There's not enough shiny stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to search the room?
I
I
would
think we
probably
should.
enter cautiously, and I'm trying to check to see if there's any traps or anything that we don't want to touch, because
Yeah, we'll definitely have.
this seems like the kind of room that would have those.
Okay, so anybody who wants to check for traps, I will roll for you. What's your percentage? And you'll have to move into the room, and I'll assume, tell me your destination, and then as you look for traps. So I won't do it every 5 feet. I'm not that style. I'm just like, you enter the room. You've taken your time. This will chew up a bit of time, though, and everyone else will have to lay back unless you want to spread into the room, and then go for it. So anybody has that ability, let me know.
Let me look up what my percentage is. I have a... Where is it? I should know
Elaine.
this.
Oh, Lane. Awesome.
Yeah.
How's your wife
Alright.
holding up, man?
Everybody's good. But yeah. Dinner went late and family issues with mother-in-law and stuff. But I'm here. It's all cleared
man.
up. But
All right. Awesome. So who's got numbers for me?
I'm not.
I'm trying to find where
I'm
the
just
traps
gonna
are.
mutter.
I know I should find them.
I think you and the other thief are checking for traps right now.
Oh, there it
Don't
is.
do
No,
that.
I am not.
20% chance.
Okay. All right. So it's clear. You can keep moving. There's no pressure plates, tripwires. You see. You're looking for little holes in the walls. You know, the old telltale signs of. Let me know if you want to add anything. I'll give you bonuses on your
Any
check.
place
by
where
way.
the tile is weird.
Okay.
Like the flooring looks... There's cracks where there shouldn't be, or the flooring looks slightly raised or depressed or different than it should be.
So you can move into the room like 20 feet, 30 feet, and you quickly surmise there's nothing yet. There are suspicious holes and cracks, but they're all in the motif of the room and such, and the archaeology of the place. It is ancient, and you kind of shudder a bit as you realize that nobody's been in this room probably for 450 years. There's a fine dust on the ground, undisturbed, like nothing, no rats or anything. So you move into the room, and everyone else kind of shrugs, and so far it's clear. And you're now up to the large block in the center, and the hieroglyphics around it and such. If you read Olmec, there's a chance you could actually understand them. And there's also in this part right here, and I forgot to bring in, there's a thing I was going to put there. There's like a circular ruin on the floor, probably 5 feet circle, and it's designed. You realize there's seams in the rocks and such, and it's almost like there's a dial.
Ooh.
Perhaps. And as you get to that round circular thing, you of course are cautious and you creep up and start to search around it. So while she's doing that, or is it a she or he? It doesn't matter, whatever. Other characters can head into the room and do what they will.
I'm
Yes,
staying right
please,
around
I'm
the corner. And
squishy.
What does the hieroglyph say? Since Raleigh will take a closer look at that.
Okay, move your characters to where they are. The hieroglyphs are predominantly on the slab itself, Now you'll have to climb up on it because the top of the slab
That was a mistake.
is probably 6 or 7 or 8 feet high. So you have to climb up onto and it's tiered. So you can actually stand on the plinth, I guess you can call it, and you'll be able to be about, lower chest high.
That's fine.
If you follow. And so you have to hoist yourself up, and you see these hieroglyphs along the top. Now give me a moment, and everyone else can move around. That axe across the room, though, it looks impressive, and it has an ancient quality. It's, of course, an axe from that era and from that the theme. So it's very kind of Aztec looking, and it's got. Well, you have to get closer to take a closer look. So let
Would
you
it be
guys.
valuable?
You guys can take over for a bit. I'll do some research.
Would the axe be valuable?
It must be. Oh, for sure.
Oh, first good thing I found here.
If anyone has detect magic, you might want to use that on it before you grab it or pull it off, because it might be holding something in place.
And it is magic. It's casting a shadow of a human hand.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
that thing is obviously holding that thing's arm in there. My thought is that that's what's in the sarcophagi that we would have to deal with if we misstepped. Well, I'm going to talk to him. I will announce after my prayers. I'll say. He. Oh,
I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
curious, Ross. Sorry. Do you have the spell open, and do you have it available?
No, you told me the spell based on my god, I think, from deities and demigods.
I'm just curious if you have to. Now you're assuming something's inside this block.
Indeed. Yeah, I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the problem is you'll have to open it.
Oh.
Oh.
You'll have to see it. You'll have to talk to it.
Oh.
You follow? You could. Let me think a minute though, because it's possible you could call out.
That was my goal. My goal was basically to talk
Okay.
to it. But yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yell at it.
Case, I'll step away from it a little bit and see what happens.
Oh, okay. I can go with this, Ross. That's interesting.
It's like
Ooh.
trying to talk to it. Yeah, that way we don't release it. But I don't know. Let's see what he does. Okay, here we go. I say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on, though, Ross. Let's give everyone else a chance to kind of move around.
Yeah, sure.
and declare what they're doing, and then you're going to take a bit of time. Talking to undead takes about a couple rounds, I think. I don't have the spell open, but it might even take a turn or something. I don't think so. But
Not to scare anyone, but if he starts hacking up a lung again because of the poison in the air, is that gonna potentially upset the spell?
No, I wouldn't. No, you're not under that duress yet. Is that a cleric spell? Oh, is it rusty, guys? Hold on. I'm just looking real quick. And 1E, sometimes you have to look up this stuff. It's like,
It's a third level.
Takes one
cleric.
turn to cast. Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
Okay, so that's a 10-minute spell. That's quite intricate, and it's getting down, and you're sitting there and hovering and talking and trying to talk.
Keep going 1 sec.
So that gives everyone else, if you still want to do that, Ross, and we'll see what happens. Everyone else has some time. You realize Ross gets up and he starts to talk. Now, someone mentioned they were looking at the hieroglyphs on the slab and on the floor. Is anyone checking out the battle axe? Not that you have to.
I'm around the corner of the foyer, and I have my scroll tube out.
All right. Okay, the monument, perhaps a ceremonial altar at one time, is constructed from several parts. There's a big slab on top of another big slab on top of another big slab. Every component is covered with intricate carvings and glyphs. The top of the slab depicts a struggle between a dark-skinned man and a mighty knotted serpent. Engraved above this illustration are the same glyphs as those found on the door. Under these sigils are etched a series of 4-faced glyphs in a line. The face glyphs are not used elsewhere on the block, except at the foot of the slab where there is a row of 11 leaf symbols, all different in form. Now, if you speak Olmec, I'll say you can have a chance of reading these glyphs and actually seeing what these symbols mean, because you realize there's a connection. There's similarities to the symbols on the circular glyph on the floor and on the lid. So Riel speaks it, and Ross, you do speak it too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and roll an intelligence check, get your intelligence or less.
Intelligence or less? I'm back, by the way.
Yeah. So reading these glyphs quickly. Anyone else can assume is...
Regrettably, I don't get it.
Ross, your Zima reads out quietly, and it says, defilers, now you shall join me in my eternal resting. And that's sort of typical, you sense. And then the card block is the resting place. You see the name again of Tolokes Papalakes, servant of shadow-loving Zolts. It describes the shadow-loving Zolts as a short term of the god's name. And the glyphs on the slab have numbers. There's name, and then there's the date, apparently, of when he died. It's 5439. And as you're preparing your Speak with Dead, you've been reading the glyphs and such, and you read a story of this servant of the Bat God and his boasts of vanquishing his foes and bringing the heretics to the Almighty and so on. And it might exhilarate you. I'm not sure. Your character is actually realizes though he's in the presence of the old powers.
Yeah.
I'll assume you sort of share this with the group, and unless you let me know you want to keep it secret, but it's a pretty open party at this point, I'll assume. Unless you guys want to keep secrets from each other. That's...
No, I will not keep it secret. I apologize. When I had written it down, keeping in mind I'm new to 1E, so this is the first time I've played it. I didn't realize it was the spell specifically, Speak with the Dead, which I should have thought of. It seems so obvious to me now because it's been in every edition ever. But Speak with the Dead, and it's funny, this also came up last night. I cannot cast Speak with the Dead.
An assassin can.
Well, I mean, what I mean is, it would have to be only something dead for a week or less, which is fine. I think.
You want to eyeball it, Mr. GM?
No, it's okay, and I would announce that to everybody in that case. I would say.
Yeah.
This...
That being said, though, Ross, I'm open to if you take a chance and roll the dice, you might get a clue or something too. Just to let you know. But in this case, I might just say no. Okay, this won't work. You might have to open the door first, sort of thing.
I say to everybody.
Sort of like a mental thought or a feeling or something.
Yeah, or you might get a sense or something, or personality. I might give you some, tentative, small thing. Okay, so everybody else, Heretic, your character has retreated back.
I never went in.
Yeah?
I'm still standing. I'm right around the corner, and I'm listening to what's going on in the next room, and I have my scroll out.
Okay, Birdie?
He's a smart one. I was curious about the axe, and then he read what was on there, and now I'm kind of, I guess, second guessing there's tomb. There's nothing else in here besides the axe and the
Nothing.
sarcophagus.
Here's whatever this is.
They left this place pretty squeaky clean. They didn't leave any furniture, nothing. It's bare.
Also, I had to move some furniture for a minute. What exactly did I miss in that intermediate?
Oh, we discovered that for the moment he's not talking to the undead. Everyone's still dispersing about the room. Riel has approached the battle axe. He's about 10, 15 feet away. Kara is taking up the rear guard, we'll say, back in the foyer, peeking around the corner. and I'm not sure. Arthema was reading glyphs along with Zima, and they discovered that some numbers, and it was apparently the date of the death of Talokas himself.
So,
And this, yeah.
what is the sarcophagus? Does it look like it's sealed by the weight of it, or does it look like it has does it look like it could just be lifted? Does it look heavy? Like what? I mean, it looks really large. Like we probably can't lift the.
Oh, that slab weighs a ton.
Yeah, a ton. Okay.
Oh.
So I think the question is, do we want to try to interface with this? And I think the cost of not interfacing with it is we have to face the wrath of Calcocea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which on the surface seems far less worrisome than this thing, but by irony alone.
As much as I don't want to kill the crawfish, I'm not sure we should release what's in there.
Yeah, much as I want a magic axe, it might not be worth it if the second we pull it out, something jumps out of that tomb or from the ceiling and goes ooga booga. We might just have to continue going.
I'm scrambling to try and figure out what my spells I had are because I forgot them. I'm sorry from last turn.
Pardon me, Lane. Yeah, no problem, Lane. Again, sorry, we'll get you caught up real quick here. Which avatar do you have? You are...
Yeah, Mira the Disgraced, cleric of Stern Alia, I believe.
Right.
And I'm trying to get some money to make my own temple because of all the heathens back in the city I'm from.
Where did you?
So I guess I'm. I just had. I was just here. Could have sworn I was. That's weird.
Really weird.
There we go.
Yeah, I brought you back.
Yeah, I was over here somewhere. I thought I'd moved myself up, but I lost it.
Last time it did this too, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I may have had some hardware issues. I don't know. I might have accidentally pushed something that.
I know you selected your spells last time, but I can't remember what they were.
Okay, let me know if you can't see anything. Oh, you're an elf, right?
No, I'm human cleric, I believe. I'm just moving. I can move around.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's weird. I was there and I was moving my token around and I looked away and it's gone. So I don't know what happened.
That is, roll 20, man. Right. Anywho, so here we are. I'm going to set the stage. We moved around. We're in position. Riel, I wanted to just give you a bit of information as you got close to this axe. Okay. The battle axe has a blade of bronze and a haft is wound with snakeskin wrappings. The axe casts an ominous shadow, what appears to be withered arm. As you approach close to it, you can feel a cold kind of come down your spine.
So what do you guys think? Should I wrap a sack around it and pull it out, or do we just leave this?
Does the arm that's touching it seem like it's alive? In a dead kind of way?
It's a withered shadow. Or withered silhouette of a shadow.
So, axe is casting a shadow that doesn't match the axe. This is what it seems like, basically, right?
The picture I put in Greyhawk.
How do you get into Greyhawk? Because it's only visible to me if somebody posts something there.
Oh, I can link it to you if you'd like.
Oh, actually, okay.
Yeah,
there's also it's also here.
Oh yeah, no, that's creepy. I feel like if we pull it out, something may come out of the wall.
Undoubtable.
Yeah, I mean,
this might be way more trouble than it's worth, but we also need to hurry up and get out of here. And I really don't want to have to fry up a crayfish.
Well, I think if we leave here now, that's exactly what we're gonna do. But if you wanted to interact with this thing, I would suggest not pulling the axe out of that arm and releasing it. At least not yet.
In that case, I'll let you do the talking and get him to help us out or commune with him or something.
We could poke him with a stick and see if he moves.
So
Well, he's not gonna like that very
I
much. is
thought
he?
you guys said you didn't want to risk opening this.
Oh no, we're not opening that. I don't think, are we?
One way to
And
talk
if
to it, right?
if that's the case, we need to go and face the final fate of Kolkakea. I think.
Sorry, I've got to bow for a minute. I'll be back as soon as I can. But
Once he does, then we'll figure out what to do.
The thing is, if we go face Coca-Cola, we'll have to have a plan for dealing with that slick floor. Because that crawdad
Yeah,
is definitely going to have an advantage on that.
And I really don't want to have to.
Well, my vote is let's crack it open because I'm just because I think it sounds fun. But that's just my vote. And I have an idea how we would, but
Okay, what's the idea?
Worst case scenario, if it attacks us, we could always try running back to Coca-Cola and have him help us deal with it.
Heretic, what do you want to do? Do you want to crack? Do you want to poke around in here, or do you want to leave?
I'm not even going in the room if that answers your question.
That answers the question. So, like, all right, we got 1 for and 1 against. But what do you guys want?
don't care
I'll
what you
be
guys do.
right behind you.
All right, let's leave. We're out of here. No big deal. We don't have to resolve.
We can crack
every,
it open. I'm
you know
just
what I mean?
not going to.
We don't have to resolve every problem in here. We're choking to death right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I'd
I
say.
mean, I'm willing to fight. I'm going to do it from this other room.
yeah.
Look, what I was thinking is that you try and talk to the guy in the tomb, and if he gives us grief, I rip out the axe and attack him with that and the torch. But honestly, if all else fails, we could just do as much of excavation with the rubble eastward, so we don't have to face Cook-a-Clan again.
I don't think that's going to work. We already looked at it. He said that it was beyond excavating.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Did he say if we went back in the room that he would have to fight us? Or that if we... So would we be able to open the door and talk to him?
Well,
That's funny.
we could actually call that, because as long as we don't go in the room, the agreement was that we wouldn't go back into the room or bother him again. Well, as long as we open the door and say, hey, he can't technically come and attack us, and if he does, we can just say, now hold on a sec, that was our agreement, you can't just come and attack us if we're just asking a question or saying hi.
And we are honestly trying to honor our agreements. We just need to know if there's another way
precisely.
out.
So while he'd be cheesed at us, we would not be breaking the...
It's like we don't want to hurt you and we don't want to damage the sacredness of this place you are guarding. It's
we
just,
have to do it.
collapsed.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And also,
Maybe he'll talk to us through the door. That would be worth it.
We should lie to him and tell him that we had hoped to leave, but unfortunately, can we destroy this door or damage it? And tell him that someone has plundered the tomb of his master and desecrated it. It seems the temple must be under attack. Perhaps
We also
help us in our passage to be able to avenge Layla, since we are the last that could help him. I don't know, but let's lie.
also have 6 urns of oil and a torch.
Yes, we do have a bunch of explosives. Let's do it.
Wait, we could use the explosives on the, what's it called there?
These are big urns. They're not easy to carry.
Oh,
they will encumber you. They're like 6 feet tall. These urns are.
Wow.
Wait,
That's
and
okay.
you said these things had explosive or flammable oil in them.
Just oil, flammable, of course. And you could salvage like a flask of oil from each one quite easily, if you have.
I'm just thinking we could use it in our battle with the crawdad if worse comes to worse.
Yeah.
The other thing...
Because we
I
can
know you said
throw
it-
it.
Yeah, everyone get a drink of water. You guys keep going. This is awesome. I love your. Remember, stay in
You
character.
come back,
and stuff
Darren.
too,
I've got a
though,
question
right?
about the...
Stay in character. Right on.
All right. Okay, so we can't move the oil.
So what
we
I'm
can-
thinking
go
is...
ahead.
Is this thing... Okay, this thing is on. What I'm thinking of is, he said that it was inexcavatable, the way up, but if we've got a shit ton of oil and fire and explosives, we could easily
Not
turn a
explosive.
big problem into a little problem.
Yeah, he just said it was not an explosive. He said it could. You could light.
It's
it
just
on
oil.
fire, yeah.
Mhm.
It's flammable. Which means we could spill it into the room when the crawdad comes at us and light it on fire. And we could pepper him with missile fire for the rest of the morning.
He also said that like it's probably too heavy to move all of it. We could probably harvest.
We can get oil out
of
of
it. Get oil out of it.
Well,
Right?
can't one of us
Look at your
take
character
oil
sheets.
each?
What kind of equipment do you have that we could put oil in?
And I don't. Yeah, and that's fine.
I see. I like the
What
idea of
the-
talking to him, but then being prepared if worse comes to
That's
the
fine.
push comes
Oh,
to
yeah.
shove.
I
What
got
do I
ointment,
have?
tinder box, torches, snare. Yeah, I just got a backpack and a belt pouch, so yeah, this is not gonna help.
Yeah, no.
I think we just try to lie to him, try to smooth talk our way out of it, and then if it fails, then we gotta kill him.
All right.
And use the whole, well, we're not in the room, so we're, doing what you said.
Yeah. What
Yes, we're
ranged
not in the
weapons do
first
we
one,
have? We
so-
should certainly get ready to fight here.
I've got a short bow and an expertise with it.
That's good. See, I don't.
I can shout insults.
See, this is important to note. Like, I don't think I actually have. I'm also super low on hit points compared to you guys, but I have a spear. So I'll be honest. I think I should be rank number 2 there, and somebody else should go up front. And my pitch is like we try to lie to him and tell him that like the temple has come under attack or something, that his master is. And that's just a pitch.
I do have a sling.
Okay. A sling is something. Yeah, I'd say we
I have
try
a
and
sling
bully
and
him
rocks.
first.
All right, I'm at the door with my spear.
A random question: am I able to pick up rocks from wherever in here and use them in my sling?
It's a good question. If it's like, well, I don't know. In BX, you can just pick up rocks; they don't cost anything. In Dungeon Crawl Classics, you have to buy them, which I think is interesting.
Well, I know I have a specific number of rocks
I
I had
remember-
to get, but it seems like
I think
there
I
would
remember this
be-
from Baldur's Gate. You have to get sling bullets. Isn't that an item you have to purchase in AD&D?
Bullets do more
yeah,
damage.
but I'm like,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
you'd think I could use rocks if push comes to shove and I run out. I could throw
You
anything.
can't. The bullets are just, they do a 1 hit point more damage. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent. I'm back.
All right, we are going
So
to
here's what I.
line up at the door, and we're going to try to trick him. And if it fails, we're going to kill him.
Excellent.
I'm going to take my gray cloak, and I'm going to dip it in one of the oil vats so that it is saturated with oil, and then I'm going to take it down and put it next to the inside of the door.
Nice.
The door to the crayfish.
So, like, right next to the door, I'm going to have my saturated oil cloak right here so that we can whip it out and throw it at him.
Sure.
Light it on fire.
Okay. Now, as you can move your avatars where you want to be by the door. As you leave this room, though, Zima, I'll track you back a little bit, okay, and bring you as you leave this. You've read these hieroglyphs, and you get a shudder down your spine. You had a thrill of exhilaration. You wanted to talk to this guy. You wanted to badly. And as you leave, all of you hear this word or this sort of moaning sound emit from the room. And it makes this sound, Kastach. It says, Kastach. And that's that whispering again that you heard when you first came in. And at first you didn't hear what he was saying, but now it articulates into this sort of Kastach. This long whisper.
Do any of us understand it?
Yes, it means blood.
Okay.
Oh, it wants
Nothing.
blood. Oh dear. Well, we better not give it that then.
Well, I mean, I'll try and go and talk to it if you are okay with that.
You could open the sarcophagus. I mean, you read the numbers. You know the numbers for the combination.
Right, yeah. And I'm thinking
Yeah, like
it's a doll-like mechanism, but what do you all want? Do you all want to try to... Let me talk to him.
Honestly,
I didn't mean to push
yeah,
that at
honestly-
all. But that's what you hear.
Yeah, okay.
I am very much of the
Might be a
mind
warning.
that I'd rather risk this guy than have to kill the crayfish.
Okay, so...
Let me just get into position.
All right, I announce, I say, chosen of Utsalala, he who is like the wind and the night, master and chief servant of the bat Hear me.
It's the place goes quiet, and your voice actually echoes around the room and echoes that name many times and goes dead.
Ah. All right. And then the last question is, we're not going to wake him up, so we're getting out of here. I go back to second rank here is where I'm going to be at.
All right.
That's right beside the door.
I don't know where I went.
You all heard that voice, but you all head into this room, and you see the door is still marked with your whatever you marked it with, some chalk or whatnot, or wax.
Somebody else needs to get up in front of me. I'm a guy with 9 hit points and a spear. I'm a number 2 rank guy.
All right, I will knock on the door and call our crayfish friend. You also may not want to step right next to that, because that's where the oiled cloak is.
It's a heavy bronze door. Like, this is beaten bronze door. It's heavy, and your hand is king, 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 king. Ugh.
Yep. Old friend, we've need of you for a moment.
Silence.
Oh no.
We do not wish to re-enter the door and break our agreement.
You're
But
speaking
there's something
Olmec.
you should probably be made aware of. Oh yeah.
We can't hear you.
Silence. He probably can't hear you.
All right, I'm going to slowly open the door and call his name again.
You should be able to hit the clicker on the door.
Okay.
This room is lit dimly. It comes
I'm
from
not
the
going-
flickering
I'm not gonna-
water on the ceiling and stuff. Gives this, like when you see in a giant big pool aquarium indoor on the ceiling, you see that flickering.
I'm not going to step in, but I will poke my head in. Old friend, we've need of you. Are you still here? We do not wish to break our agreement. Tamoachan, will you please step forward?
Who's got a torch?
Silence.
I'm the one holding a torch right now.
I've got a
You want to give it to me?
Here you go. Here's my torch.
I grab my cloak in one hand and the torch in the other, and I enter the room.
The floor is
switch
extremely
to-
slippery. Movement is halved in this room. And you realize, too, combat will get a little sketchy. You have a penalty. Unless you have some ability or whatnot. So, Heretic, you enter the room. And lo and behold, you see Kalkalka come forward from around this large boulder in the middle of the room, and keeping some distance, though, from you. He's probably 5 foot squares. He's close to 30 feet away-ish. And he goes, "You are not permitted here. Go now." Now, Heretic, I don't know if you understand what it's saying.
I
understand.
translate for him.
Yeah,
And
I gotcha.
now that he's inside, I'll say, old friend, we've need of you. The temple is under attack.
Attack? Ah! I will guard this room. No one will get through. Go forth. Leave this place immediately. I shall destroy you.
Fuck, he called her bluff. By the way, what was the story? We're gonna blow smoke up his,
Or we could just tell him point blank the entrance is blocked. We cannot get out. Is there
Okay.
another way
Well, let's-
out?
Alright. The entrance is blocked. Is there another way out?
Now, you don't speak Olmec. So, whoever
No,
wants
I-
to...
I translated for her. It's like, look, the thing is blocked. Will you please let us, or help us some other way?
Now, Heretic, you're sneaking over there, right? Anyone else
I'm-
moving anywhere in the room?
Moving real slow, but I'm walking through the room.
Okay. Just cautiously, and now you see the crayfish now. I think you see him, right? Over here?
I see him.
Okay. He's watching you, and he's got his pincers up, and all 40 pounds of him, and he's hissing and flicking muck. And who's speaking to him?
I think I am still.
Can you give me a charisma check?
Absolutely. Just roll under charisma, or...
Yeah.
Alright, my charisma is 15, so I got a 75% chance. 10.
You have no way out.
No.
But my oath, he mutters. There are other ways out, but you cannot go there. You are forbidden. And he clicks his paws a couple times in agitation. Last warning.
Well, how do we get permission then to go through there? Because we're kind of dying.
He looks confused.
There is a poisonous air, and we need to get out before we die.
It is forbidden. He double clicks his claws, and before your eyes, you see the boulder in the center of the room rise up.
Oh wow, that's weird. Is that the other way out? Oh, he's got a friend!
This humongous, massive boulder turns and stirs and flicks up, and you can see the wooden staff that was leaning against it is one of its eye stalks, and this thing weighs tons. And it rushes the door. Now we have initiative.
Which door?
Now. So everyone freeze. Your door, where you are.
All of us, or the one where Kair is?
Yeah, he's coming towards us, this way.
Well, you're not sure. It appears he's facing off, though, but he isn't facing Care, surprisingly.
Huh.
You see the big blue crab there, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you want us to roll for initiative?
It's huge. It's like,
Yes, that's not being called into question. I'm just asking, it's a d6 for surprise and initiative, right?
Yes, and you get your dexterity modifier.
Very good.
And then I'll input it into this little turn order chart we have here.
Not very good, 2.
You may be able to punch in your own numbers, but I'll do it for you in case
There,
you can't.
got it.
Yeah.
So same
This is a button on the character sheet, right?
Yeah, that should work as well. So here I got a 6. And Kara got 7. Nice. Let me get you into the order here. Where's Kara? Oh, yeah, you're down here. Oh, well, we got it. Well, apparently our first combat, potentially. And Zima, what'd you get?
2.
2. Gotcha.
Rolling a d6.
Yeah, and then you get your dexterity modifier,
Oh, I didn't do that.
plus or minus.
I'm not sure what that would be.
What's your dex?
17.
Oh yeah, you get +2.
So
And
why
So
is
you-
it not?
3. At least that
Did it
beats.
show that I got something?
Yep,
Oh, there it is.
I think. So you can see the turn order thing on the left.
Okay.
All right. Now in 1E, technically, we would have declared our actions first, and then gone through this segment system. But we're kind of playing 5E mode a bit, in that you play your turn as it comes. If you require a round to cast a spell, however, if you're interrupted during that round, you might lose that spell. Some spells are short. Let me know if your spell is they cast 3 segments or less to cast, then you might dodge that possibility. You surmise that the crab is not affected by the murky or muddy ground. And Care, you're up first. And this big thing lurches up, and
He looks like he's facing them, right?
yes, so far.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna stand in place then, because I can't take him solo. So I'm just gonna wait till he does something, and then I'll do something later on.
All right. Holding action. Mira, your turn. You're up next.
All right.
You close the door too.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just rush in and like pull the door shut.
Okay, so move the character up the door.
Pretty quick. Yeah. And I'm.
You can move through other characters.
Okay.
And then you can actually click.
Uh,
No, you can't stay on a character though. You have to. You can be beside the door though.
Yeah.
In that other square.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Now, you do need a open doors roll to make this.
Oh. What does that entail? What do I need to do? I need to roll to open it.
You noticed when you came through here last time, these doors are ponderous and take like a round to close.
Oh.
Round.
Oh,
right?
okay.
If you want to do it before he gets there, you'll have to make open doors roll.
Okay.
I'm not.
Wouldn't that lock Care in the room with it though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So these doors, if they're that ponderous to open, then I don't know.
No,
Or
like
we-
I said, if you want to close them quick enough before he gets there, you have to make this roll.
Yeah. I'm trying to find on my character sheet where open doors is. This strength thing. Okay.
7. I'm not. 7 shouldn't be 7. Open doors is like on a D6, isn't it?
I clicked on it. And do I have a 15 strength? Does that give me a bonus?
Let me have a quick look here. Strength modifier. It has in Player's Handbook, page 10-ish, page 9 maybe. Strength. So in 15, you have open doors. Well, 1 and 2 on a 6-sided.
Okay, I don't know what that was then. 7. Huh.
Yeah, your encumbrance had
Okay.
1 to 2 in it. I see it's just the wrong number punched in.
Okay.
But you rolled a 5, so you're trying to close it, and you know you're not going to close it in time. It's catching on whatever. Just big, honking, heavy door. Thing probably weighs a ton itself.
Yeah. So I guess I'll be. Okay, well, I'll stand to the side of the door like I got nothing. I don't know.
You're doing that this round, so you're pushing. Like once you
Yeah.
go in an action, you're committed, and so you're trying to close this door, and you're like, it's not moving. And someone can assist, of course, or do other actions. So, Athelina.
Well, we're kind of trapped in here, even if we do close the door, though.
Mm-hmm. No, when it was a small door, when I didn't realize it was that heavy, it didn't put together, it was that heavy, I was thinking, close the door, if it bashes into it, and then we open it and try and scatter. I don't know. But it's a slick floor. I don't think that's going to work very well.
Oh no.
Well, with the
Yeah,
game
still
going,
keeping my
I'm gonna press you now. You have to act.
Is the crab, is he moving it? Is he able to move over the floor relatively easily, or is it slick for him too?
He's probably not
Pretty sure
affected.
he's fine.
I don't mean to metagame, but it's his home turf.
And does he appear bulky and slow, or does it appear like he could move with speed?
Hard to say. I don't know. What's your background with giant crabs or with sea life? Are you a sailor or something, or have you been? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt every time. I'll give you a roll, give you some information on this creature.
Considering she grew up in the as a performer in the street, she probably heard a lot of tales. So there's a chance that she may have heard tales of giant stone creatures or stone crabs.
Okay, I'll give you a
Which we thought
wisdom
was
check to give you some information
Fishes at
on
the
this
time.
thing. Yeah, give me a wisdom check. And I'll give you a penalty, though. You add 5 to your roll.
I have a 5 to roll?
you add 5 to your roll. So roll 20-sided, add 5,
Oh,
and then try to get under or equal to your wisdom.
okay. So where's my wisdom check?
And
Do, 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 do.
you're just trying to think like, okay,
That isn't what I needed.
so this crayfish had some muscle. That would have been funny if it was an actual mussel. You know what a mussel is? Kind of like
Yeah,
a clam.
like the clam, right? Yeah. I
How
just
do you
figured the
do a
little
wisdom
guy
check?
was gonna come over and fight us himself.
I think it's macroed on your character, I think. If you go into your character sheets
Yeah.
and you... Oh, wait a minute. Nope, in this case, I just rolled 20-sided and add 5. And then what's your wisdom?
13.
So you need basically an 8 or less.
So I roll a D
20.
Hmm?
A D20?
D20. So D20, and then we add 5 to it.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah, you crabs. Like you heard about crabs you get, when you're in the wrong part of town and hang around with the wrong people. Yeah, I won't go further down that rabbit hole. So you made that's your action. You tried to think like, oh, think, and you don't have a background in Olmec culture, so you don't. That didn't help either. That's why I gave you the +5.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next 3 characters tied their roll, meaning they act simultaneously. So it doesn't matter who goes first for the next 3. Everything
Fire the
is
short bow.
the results are the same. So okay, Riel, was that Riel?
That is correct.
Okay, and you're shooting at the big guy.
That is correct.
What do you aim at particularly?
Probably right between the eyes, if that matters.
Well, he has eye stalks.
I was told that AD&D didn't exactly have hit locations.
It does. It's not common, but it is though. When you fight things like a Remoraz, or if you fight a...
In that case, one of those ice stocks have got to go. Ooh.
Sure, it's a hard shot. That's armor class 2.
Okay. I hit armor class 18.
No, okay, hold on a second. You hit armor class 3, you just missed. If you look at your THACO table there, you have 13, you armor class 3, you just missed.
Okay.
And in this game, you get 2 shots.
Ah, even better. I'll do it again then. Although, yeah.
If you're proficient with a bow, and I'm assuming you are.
I am, yes. I got expertise, so...
And in Unearthed Arcana, you could specialize, but it got a little OP.
Next campaign, let's do the Unearthed Arcana stuff and the...
Oh, that's definitely gonna hit.
Baller. In that case,
Yeah.
I'm going to be eating a d6 worth of damage to the ice stock.
And your damage is already there.
Oh,
You
nice.
did 2 points damage. You actually only rolled a 1.
Sorry. Yeah,
And you
forget
don't get a
about
+1. I'm not sure if you have +1 there, unless it's a magical weapon.
Believe it or not, I thought damage bonus, I think, goes over to both ranged and melee in this one.
No,
Maybe it has to be a composite bow. In that case, I'll just
No.
remove the damage bonus.
no, not in this game. Unless it's magical, that's it for missile weapons.
Pardon me.
So you get 1 point damage.
Okay.
Okay. So one of your shots does zing by an eye stalk, and you nick it, but you don't sever it or puncture it or anything. But the thing is pissed. It does annoy it, as far as you can tell. I'm just checking a couple things. Bear with me. So simultaneous action, though. This thing is. I'll let Brielle go, and then Zima, you can go.
While he's going, I'll be right back.
Okay. How does it work if I wanted to? I can't fire through someone, right? A friend or etc.
Yeah, you can, but shooting into combat is different.
Right. Okay. And
Into
then
melee.
And then how does it work to change weapons? Does that take an action?
That's an action.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to stand ready. Just wait. I'm going to wait with the spear. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna act yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm right here. I'm in the second rank, so I'm gonna wait here with the spear.
The creature moves surprisingly quick, easily covering the distance. It's not impeded. It doesn't appear to be.
Goodness.
Articulates quickly across the muck and comes to the door and reaches in through the door, trying to extract
Lovely.
somebody just with both claws. It's quite scary, and it's frankly going to be quite random. It's either Riel or Myra it's attacking, or both, depending what it's going to be quite random. It's 1 or 2. It is Riel. The first pincer, however, tries to grab Myra. And this big hook hits the door frame and just doesn't even go into the door frame. Like, just misses completely. It's too big. Just clunk, clunk, clunk. And that was the big claw. The little one, however, reaches out and tries to attack. Oh, this time Riel.
That's his strong claw.
And it seems awkward. You seem to be getting some benefits from the enclosed space. And it's just crack, grang. Scary looking thing, though. It's huge. You can't see into the room now. It just blocks out the whole door. And it misses and misses.
All right.
And that's it for that round. So we'll
What about
quickly
the little guy?
roll.
What does the little guy do?
The little guy. He's you don't speak Olmec, right? He's yelling at the blue thing, and he's looking at you.
Oh,
At
it's
who,
trying to
Care?
get its attention to you.
Oh,
And he's saying,
we saw Zima and Riala speak Olmec. What do we hear?
okay, well, you hear him going, you idiot, he's right there.
Oh,
Kill him.
okay, dang it. All right, so it's not some sort of magical thing. He's just the boss.
No, he's just saying
Dang it.
he's right there.
What color is the gas that's killing us?
A bit orange.
Okay, I just want to note that I love this scene of us in this trapped hallway where it's caved in on us, where this shadow demon is behind us, and then we're choking to death on this orange poison gas 100 feet below the Earth's surface while this mutated blue crab is reaching into the hallway to kill us. I hope if we die this way, I won't be disappointed. Just of note.
And you guys could have picked another door.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, we could have. There were 3 doors. And
He said we had to
picked
go
them.
north.
That's true. Too.
Yeah, he said
That's
he
the
came
problem.
from north. He said that's how he came here. He remembered that originally. And so he surmised that was the way out. And originally, the staircase was caved in. He might have been speaking the truth, and he probably was. He seemed sincere. But he's a magical creature in a way, and he's committed to
That's not really.
his mission. So let's re-roll initiative now, round 2. It's on. Kara's in the room, and you were trying to close the door, and it's still possible, I suppose, if you might want to. I don't know if not.
Oof.
So Zima got 1. Okay. I'll quickly punch these in. Where'd Zima go?
Plus, do
Allow
I
it
add
to
dexterity to it, did you say?
Correct.
So it would be a what?
Plus 3, right? For 17.
You're plus 2. You had
Oh,
17.
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And Riel, you're 7. Good. Myra, 1. Man, you guys are not rolling hot right now. Athena, what'd you get?
It
And I'll-
was 6.
Nice. Okay. I'll roll for the creature. Yeah, this is a fun game.
Oh, there it is.
I got a 3 this time. And I'm also going to roll for the little guy. And you got a 1.
Now, is Care close enough to the door to tell if he can open it or not? Or
Can't
The
see
door
me.
is open.
Crab is blocking your view.
Yeah.
oh,
you
the
can't
door
see
by
in the room
Care is
anymore.
open.
You can't see in the room anymore.
Am I? I have a crazy idea, but I think I have to wait till after Karen Real.
Hey, role player, we're role playing now. So, Riel, you're up. So here you go.
All right, I'm going to, if possible, step backwards and fire my bow again at the thing.
Okay. Now, be warned. He's in melee. If you
That's
miss,
why I want him to step back. Yeah. I mean, I could switch to the sword, but that could also be. Actually, no, you don't have a penalty for that in AD&D.
and
If it's alright with you, I'll be switching to my sword and taking a swing.
that's an action, that'll take your round.
While I got hit points, I'll switch to my sword.
You know what? I made a home rule, and I'm going to play it. If you drop the weapon you have, like on the ground, and go to pull out a weapon, and you make a dex roll,
Okay.
you can pull out your weapon.
In that case, I'll make a dex roll.
Okay, so you drop your bow on the ground, and get your dexterity or less.
That is indeed under my dexterity.
All right, your sword comes out.
All right. And now, the... What's it called there? The, Vorpal... It's not a Vorpal sword, but it goes Snicker Snack.
And I think you get 2 attacks every 3 rounds, or...
Okay, so since I did 2 attacks last round, this will be 1 attack this round.
No, because you shot your bow. Bow gets 2 shots.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna roll again. Alright, so,
Definitely a hit.
Splendid, splendid.
You hit armor class -4, so you got this thing. Now, you didn't say where you're attacking at.
Oh,
So-
I assumed it would be, one of those would go to the ice stock again.
Okay.
So, I guess that does, yeah, 6 to the ice stock, and then 13 to the other ice stock? I think.
No, you missed on the second one.
Alright, in that case, 6 to the... Unless that thing's a medium creature, 6 to the, same ice stock.
Ah, so you do sever one of the eye stalks with a vicious stroke. And the thing gives out spits and hisses. It's enraged, of course. Severed an eye stalk off. Kara,
The
you're...
other one, I say an Olmec.
Oh. The
Alright,
thing
I'm
is...
up.
Yeah, you're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna move half my movement towards the little guy. Still right here, right?
Yep,
And that's all I can do.
I gotcha. Okay, yeah, you're slogging through. And then you can go double your movement if you do that your whole round. You can double your distance. So you could
Okay,
go your...
I'm at half movement, so I can double my half movement. You're saying?
Yeah.
So I'll just go. Let's go here. Actually, I'll almost double my movement.
Ah. Okay.
I'm like talking calmly at the thing. I'm like maybe like a child's lullaby. I'm like just looking at him with like an innocent look on my face, like singing this child's lullaby as I walk towards him with this, oil-soaked cloak and a torch.
Yeah. And the thing was, he notices you though. He sees you, yeah. And he was yelling at the thing in this weird tongue and this Olmec language. He's screaming, and he looks at you. And we'll move on though. It's not his turn yet. Athelina?
I have a really crazy idea, but I don't know if it's possible.
We'll see what it is, and we'll see.
Since this floor has grip and in there is slippery, and I'm a thief, would I be able to do a sort of, from where I'm at, a run, and then hit the ground and slide under the crab towards the center of the room, towards where Kara is?
Yeah.
Maybe using some of the rocks in the middle to stop me. Like, I'm just thinking like doing like a baseball run and slide.
There's risk. You need to
And
make a
since
dexterity
he's got
check.
his eye stalk damage, he can't see me as well. And I can use the floor slickness to give me distance.
I will give you a dexterity check, but I hope you make it.
Plan.
It's a crazy idea, but hey, so let's see. That is, what would I roll for that?
Dexterity, just a dexterity stat.
Okay,
get
so
your
that
dex
plus
or less.
3. So so d6 plus 3.
No. Pardon me. You have dexterity 15.
Dexterity 17.
Oh wow. Oh, so you roll 20-sided, and if you get 17 or less, you succeed.
Okay.
Wow,
Oh,
spectacular.
well, there you go.
And you managed to do it even without getting that mucky. You didn't. Wow, you kind of did the monkey bars thing under him or something. Your character amazingly sprints through, and that's your action, you movement and such, but you end up, you're on the other side
Nice.
of the
So
forgetter.
would I be over
Ah.
here, or would I be on the other side of Care?
I would give you half your movement, so your movement is 12, so you could move, yeah, you could get there.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm crazy.
For good or bad. Okay, and now it's the giant thing's turn.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it kind of, you went underneath it, and it's, now I'm going to roll a die to see which one this one turns on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's being attacked from the front, so I'm kind of hoping he's distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw you, but he might turn around and attack you. 2. His first attack is Riel.
Okay.
And then his second attack is Riel.
Do your
Wow.
worst.
He goes in with the big pincer. And again, it's crack, crack, crack. This big thing snaps in your face, and you're just like, whoa! It misses, and the little one, however, sneaks underneath and grabs your leg and pinches it savagely. Now you're lucky because the big one is the holder. This one does damage, though, of course. 1 point damage.
I'll get you for that.
It does manage to give you a Charlie horse. A pretty bad one.
Well, that's okay. I'll give him one next initiative.
Yeah. Oh, it's been missing every time, this thing. Now, the crayfish thing is like, it's hissing at you and speaking at you as it backpedals down into this staircase here. And it disappears under the mud.
That liar.
You're not sure how deep the mud is or whatever, but you kind of see it, and it just you don't understand it, though. It's yelling at you and talking to you, but you don't understand it. The others might hear this thing that no, please, no, back, I surrender, back, and it jumps into the mud.
So much for your oath, Kalkakaya.
Indeed.
I expected better of you.
Oh, this simultaneous action, pardon me, Myra and Zima all act in sequence with the crayfish. Not that, I'm not sure if that'll affect anything, but I'll let you guys act, and if something happened, it happened. Either of you can go first, Zima or Myra. I'll let you guys decide.
I mean, I'm just going to attack with my spear because I'm in the second rank behind Riale.
I mean,
Yeah.
and is the door kind of in front of me, so it's like in the center, so I'm kind of in the front rank at this point? Or
Yeah, it's offset. It shouldn't be. It's actually a massive door that basically takes up.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
misleading.
Well, in that case, I've been scrambling this whole trying to figure out my equipment beyond my spells and my other items. So I don't know what weapon I've got, but I guess I'll try and attack it since I'm right up here up front.
I got 13 to hit armor class 6.
That will not hit.
That's my
Yeah, and you got to let me know if you're what part of it if you're attacking.
Oh,
as
my
well.
bad. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just trying to hit center mass. I was trying to hit like the
Gotcha,
biggest thing.
yeah.
So,
And you realize this thing's exoskeleton is tough. Like,
yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, don't. Damn.
Have to be like Maui and go for the legs.
So I mean, again, I guess I'm gonna try and attack. I guess an eye stalk, but
Sure.
I've been this whole time. I've been just trying to figure out what my items and spells are, and I finally found the sheet.
Well, that's totally cool.
And it still doesn't seem to say anything about weapons, so I'm not sure.
I'll take a look at it and fix it up for next time.
I've got a silver baton. I don't know if that counts as a mace or something. It's a symbol of office, but And
You're taking Myra, right? No.
Yeah, Myra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay. You have some spells as well. And friendly reminder too, some of you do have some spells that'll help with the poison in this place.
Yeah, and I get the spells I finally found. I had I had 3 loadouts to choose from, but I didn't pick one. But I figured I'd go with the cure serious wounds one, and I don't see how. It's either cure serious wounds, protection from evil, or lower water, which that seems like it might be useful at some point, but I don't think it's very useful here. But,
No, hasn't popped up yet.
so-
But those characters you have from the module are kind of a bit fitted for
Yeah.
this one. Yeah. Like slow poison
So-
will help you in this one, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna try and take a swing at the eye stalk. Would I have a mace? I assume. I don't know. Does that?
Let me have a look at your character real quick. I've got all your stuff here. I can send it to you as well. I posted it in Greyhawk and stuff earlier.
The only thing I can find is an equipment list that I don't see anything with weapons.
You have a
on.
wand of
I
secret
just
door
see-
and trap detection. You have a
I've
scroll.
got that. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a scroll with silence, 15-foot radius, purify food and water, and slow poison. You have 3
Yes.
slow poison spells on that scroll. You also have
Yes.
holy water, garlic buds,
Soap, garlic buds, a cloak,
and you also have your
But I
spell
still don't
for
see any. But no weapons. So I just don't have any weapons, or.
Yeah, you do. Give me a second. Find it real quick. They really did not organize the characters. Okay, there you are. You have it's care backstory. Pardon me, guys. Everyone can think about what they're doing next.
I got an idea.
That is really annoying. Well, I'm gonna have to go with the source. This is pissing me off. It's not. The stupid reader has this bar on the bottom. I can't read your items. That is very much annoying me. Okay, for the moment, you'll have a mace. Let's just go with that.
All right.
I got too many windows open and I've lost track.
I'll take a look. It was on Greyhawk?
Yeah, it was, and I'm looking for my module I have here. It's like
Characters. Here we go.
yeah, there it
And
is.
he's playing Myra, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Armor class, she's wearing chainmail and carries a shield. She's got a +1 quarterstaff, which she is an expert in. And she has
Oh wow.
items
She did have
carried,
magic, though.
weapons. Yep, she has a quarterstaff and a mace.
Quarterstaff and a mace. Okay.
So you got some
There.
options.
Kara, you realize you have like fireball, monster summoning.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
need. You don't need fireball for this encounter.
No.
You
Okay,
also want to
sorry.
be careful with AD&D fireball.
I'm
because
aware of all
built
my
in-
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I got a +1 quarterstaff. I'm gonna try and take out an eye stalk.
Gotcha.
So, what do I roll? I don't know my modifiers. I'm sorry.
For now, just roll 20 sided.
Yeah.
I've got the card here. I'll just look it up quickly.
Okay.
The giant grub.
Okay. Well, that just didn't do anything. Okay.
You actually rolled. If you scroll over, you actually rolled a 1.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I got it. Well, okay. I just see a bunch of zeros. I'm like, did it actually roll?
I'll fix the character sheet. Don't put pluses or minuses on it. It automatically has that. But I'll get to that in a moment. So that's a win.
Effective.
Yeah. So that's the end of the round, right? So next round, round 3. Roll your initiative quickly, and I'll punch it in. And so far, this big thing hasn't managed to do much. It's Zima 2,
We made the right call getting this turtling up.
Care
6.
4. Birdie, which character are you? You're Myra. No. let me know what your character is and what your initiative was.
I've got
I'm
a
trying to
6.
figure that out. I think 6, but
And that's Riel.
or did I roll the wrong
Myra's
one?
got a 2.
Say the
Myra got a
character's
2.
name.
Riel
Pardon me?
got 6.
Okay, Riel 6. Okay, good. Athelina, you got
3, I think it is.
3?
Or 6. I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's a 6.
6, okay. No, roll 20 is being... the crab creature gets a 4 this time. Uh-oh. Roll 20 is being a bit glitchy, everyone. Just give me a minute.
Do what you gotta, no stress.
How roll 20 works.
Come on. Okay, there we go. Just try as a charm. I think I got it. Zima, you got a 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Myra, what did you get? All right, I'll wait for that a moment. We'll start with Riel and Athelina. You roll the same, so you go at the same time. And the creature is clearly agitated. It's pissed off. One of its stalks is gone. It's wounded.
And now another one of its stocks is about to be gone.
Maybe.
Yeah, what do you think, Athelina? Because I'm thinking about taking a swing at the other stock.
I'm debating if I should take a swing at the stalk or if I should try to open the door. Did we say that this door in here is open or is it closed?
This door is
in the
open.
same room. How can you talk?
No, the other one.
You can't see. They
So
were
I'd have
closed.
to
Last
advance
time
to
you
the
came
other
to the
door.
room, all the doors were closed.
Okay.
And this one was closed when last time you saw. Whether you left it open or not, they closed it.
I know Kair's not allowed to move right now, but am I able to ask him a question as to which direction he's wanting to go?
No.
To get whether he wants to go towards this door or down the stairs?
You can use that as your action. You can
behind
try.
the creature. You know, I'm gonna
okay.
attack.
Okay, everybody, 2 minutes.
Right.
I have to check on something. I kind of forgot. Over to you. 2 minutes, decide what you're going to do. We'll round 3, and I'm curious what Kair's going to do. I
should just announce I'm not going to use any of my stuff. Actually, wait. Sorry, never mind. I'm messing this up. I get used to different things. I used to do that in 5th edition because 5th edition is like this game. It's actually very grid tactical tabletop. And I would say, hey, you can't, if you're going to talk, you have to use your minor action. If you're going to like try to coordinate something. And that's true, you know. But then I stopped getting used to that and I forget now. So I'm not trying to break the rules or anything.
When I ran AD&D in the 80s, when the party split up, like the people that split would have to go outside while the other people acted, and then I would have them switch. You know what I mean?
I have to get that in mind. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Drink water. All right. One more thing. All right, cat. No.
Cat's name, Darren.
Braveheart.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fitting.
You still there?
Here.
Sorry, I'm just tinkering with something, guys. Yeah, Braveheart's the cat's name. I had to change it to that because it was so fearless. It like chased bobcats out of my yard and dogs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like crazy. And it's a small cat. It's just a little thing. And I had a 30-pound bobcat in the yard. And it just went out there.
Well, they'll take out a cat if they can.
Yeah, and she's face down, huge deer, big bucks, and just
Oh goodness.
and dogs. Kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Really. Okay, I'll be back in 1 minute. 1 minute.
good.
I have an idea. I just have no idea how far I'll go with it.
And go for it. The worst that can happen is that it doesn't work.
I might try to open a door so that if we need to sneak through or something because we can't get rid of the crab, we at least have somewhere to go, because right now it's just...
But you know about our, as a thief, you know about our backstabbing abilities, right? The +4 to hit and then we
that's
do
right.
extra damage.
I haven't been a thief for a while.
In AD&D, it's, let's see.
I think you're 6th level, Athelina?
I thought it was first level, but or maybe I am.
We do quadruple damage if we hit, and we have a +4 to hit.
Yeah, you should be quite
Okay.
high level.
Okay, I'm curious. All right, we're gonna start this round. Is everyone back yet?
I'm
Must
right
not
here.
not be.
Okay, Riel, you are up.
Excellent. I'm gonna take a swing at the other eye stalk. I am blinding this thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's a bit of a fearless sort. One roll.
You get 1 attack this round. You did 2 last round.
Well, I remembered.
Yeah.
And I think that may have been a miss.
No, that's armor class 2, 14.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just
Not
yeah,
sure
just enough.
wow,
Damage.
damage to this,
8.
other eye stalk.
You sever the other eye stalk, and the thing kind of goes berserk. But you realize now it's just berserk thrashing, so it's -4 on its attacks, and it's really wounded. There's ichor and blood coming out of its stalks, and it's screeching in rage. By the way, Riel and Athelina acted simultaneously. So, Athelina, what do you do?
Do I get... they said I have as a thief, I have backstep abilities if I attack from behind.
You do.
Nice.
Do
it.
So, since it's blind now, I'm probably going to use my sling.
No, you have to use a
And-
melee
Multiple
weapon
weapons
to
in
backstab.
AD&D.
Oh, a melee weapon?
Yeah.
Oh, but he's thrashing around, isn't he? Or is it just his claws that are?
Did you have a weapon out? You had your...
I do have a long sword.
Okay, yeah.
I just didn't know if... I was asking if his legs are thrashing around or if it's just his claws.
No, just the claws. He's still attacking. It's just, you see he's berserking and it's blindly thrashing. He's minus, but he's still deadly.
Okay, so I'm probably going to try to hit the legs on his small claw side
Okay. You can sever leg, yeah.
with my long sword. So for that, since I'm backstabbing, do I roll differently or?
Yeah, you roll +4.
Okay, so D20 plus 4.
Plus any strength modifier you had, but
Oh, I didn't check.
or magic modifier, magic item.
I don't think I have any magic because I'm a thief.
And I'll go over everyone's character sheets. I forgot to do that, just to tweak everything, make sure all the macros are working, because character sheets should be working.
Strength is 14. Does that come with a modifier?
I'll show you what I mean. Riel, let me check your character sheet real quick here. I'll show you what I mean. Longsword. Okay, so don't put 1d8, just put d8.
Oh.
No, I think no, that all looks good. So if you actually hit roll, and then you go 4, submit. Oh no, that's Riel. Sorry, I did with Riel.
Oh, okay, it was working with the 1 in front of that. Oh, it's the plus that it doesn't like.
Yeah, don't put a plus in. A minus works, but a plus doesn't. So, pardon me, that was Athelina. Let me check your character
Would
real
a
quick.
strength of 14 be neutral, or would that have any modifiers?
Oh, I see. You haven't weapons put in yet, of course. Okay.
No modifiers on 14.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I have a long sword, 2 daggers, a sling, and...
Yep, roll 20-sided for now, and we'll give you your plus and
Plus.
add 4. Yeah.
Okay. So does that hit then, what you rolled, or do I roll?
No, go ahead. Roll 20-sided. I'll let you roll.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Plus 4.
I don't know if that hits.
That will hit its legs. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Roll damage.
D8.
Yeah. Longsword. Yep.
Yeah.
And you do triple damage.
Quadruple.
So roll.
So it'd be 21 then. Oh, roll
Oh.
3 of
It's
them.
quadruple at level 6.
You move in this deft move. You go in and shear off the whole side, all the legs on the one side. You just hit the joint, and it wasn't expecting it, and it was freaking out, completely ignoring you, and you sheared off all its leg on the left side, and the thing slumps to the side, awkwardly thrashing around, and starts to kind of spin in the room, spraying mud about. It's dying, and I need you to roll a dexterity check to see if you void its bulk.
Okay. Lovely. D6 plus 3.
No, there's a d20, and your
20 plus
dexterity is pretty good, though, isn't it?
17, she said.
Whenever I ask for a stat check, it's always a d20, and
Okay, 7.
Nice.
you're good. Yeah, you actually got a 4. I'm not sure why you had plus 3, but you're good. You dodge out of this thing, swings about, and you realize you would have been squished for a lot of damage. And it swings about, thrashing, and slumps to the side, twitching, and it appears to be dead.
Well, it's time to go get Kalkakea to answer some questions.
Coward fled
But
to the
dinner.
flooded stairs.
We've got crab legs, people. Okay,
Evelina
That's
is
before. If we can get out of here.
Okay, so now the
Gourmet
combat appears to be done. So now we're real time again.
Okay. Sword drawn. I'm gonna step forward into the room. Kokakea, where are you? You
He's
and I
down
have
here.
words to exchange.
So
He's down here. He fled down here.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'd say that we all form marching order and start trailing down here.
I said we get the hell out of here. We're dying from poison.
All right. Well, which way is out of here?
He may know a way out, and we may be able
Yeah.
to barter with
A
him.
door down here
in
that
exchange
is
for-
half buried in mud or something like that, and then we got a door right here.
All right,
Yeah.
and then we'll try
Oh,
out
yeah.
the door. Everyone ready?
Or we could, while some people try talking to him, we could try picking a lock.
Might as well.
We don't even know if it's locked.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Oh.
Just gonna try to open the door.
The
Okay,
door will open ponderously. It's heavy. It's another bronze beaten door. Now, if somebody called out to this creature or whatever,
To
Or not.
I
Kalkakea?
thought
just
Zima did,
ignore
or
it.
was it?
I
I
can
thought-
barely hear you guys.
I got missed messages there. So if you want to talk to him, I mean, it'll take you a round or two to open the door, slog across the room. I mean, yeah, time is a factor, definitely. Speaking of that, soon I'm going to be making you guys give me a saving throw versus poison very soon. But
My torch
anyone
was
who
burned
takes
out by
Ulmit
now,
can
right?
try to talk to the thing. The rest can do whatever they will. Sorry, Ross, go ahead.
It
I
needs
was-
to be one of the two that speaks the language too.
That'd be me.
My torch would have burned out by now, right?
Yes,
I'll
that
light
as well.
another torch.
And actually, that will be your fourth torch.
Fourth torch.
Torches burn twice as fast as well.
I'm down to my last torch.
Well, we're really on a clock. You can use mine once you're out.
I still have torches.
In the meanwhile, while you guys are taking care of the door and the torches, yeah, I guess I'll relight the one I had before and follow behind our crustacean friend.
Come out here.
How many people can I get with this cure for this slow poison? I guess. Wait a second. I just realized I have the scroll. Ugh.
Which spell is it?
Slow poison.
Okay.
So Lane's like, hey, I got this. Now, unfortunately, it only works on one person.
Yep.
And
I have three. I have 3 castings of it. I have 3 on this scroll, so I can get 3 people with it. It'll last for 7 hours. It looks like.
Yes. Obviously, the frailest of us should get it.
Now, this is
Yes.
not a guarantee. You sense that casting this will give the character a chance to get half or no damage.
You would waste
We're only
it on
taking
me
what,
if you gave it
or
to
2
me.
points or something?
Pardon, Heretic?
Only taking like what, 1 or 2 points of damage every time or something?
You're rolling a d4, and then if you make your save, you take half of the d4,
Oh my.
and that's like every turn.
And slow poison on the sheet says reduces damage from poison to 1 point per turn.
Okay.
Upon end, and it lasts for 7 hours. Upon ending, all past damage which would have normally been taken will occur if poison is still present.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So it slows it. It's 1 point per turn. After 7 hours,
You
if
better
they're
be
still
right there.
poisoned, it all hits. Yeah.
You're dead.
Yes.
Got it. So,
I think that should be good for the frailest of us, right?
Yeah, that's I can get 3 of us with this. I have 3 on the scroll.
Zemo will say, you'll waste it on me if you give me those powers. I am not fated to die. I have a mission.
Oh. He's good.
I'd like
It's
to
a
not
terrible
die.
idea. You should totally give it to Zemo. He's got 9 hit points.
Zima might need it.
We need him to keep us alive.
Yeah, okay, Zima.
It's your
I
call.
got some garlic buds I rub on you as I cast this spell. I think.
He just grimaces.
Riel, make a charisma check. You speak into the muck. We'll just wrap this up quickly. What do you say? You do see like air bubbles pop up out of the muck. He's down there somewhere.
Okay. Forgive me. I keep forgetting this thing's name, and I don't like doing that.
Calcutta.
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 Get out.
Yeah. I think.
Alcacea.
Calcacea. Yes, that's
Calcutta.
it.
Thank you. For the last time, get out of the mud and help us.
Make a charisma check.
Okay. My charisma is 15. He'll be. Regrettably, no.
Okay, there's some more air bubbles pop up. He's hiding. Didn't make that roll.
Reale will just shake his head, just tell him, "You make me sad," and go over to the others.
Oh, it's the harshest thing Riale could have said.
Yep.
Could have said, you idiot, but he did the whole dad thing.
It's literally a line from Monty Python.
I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
It's literally a line from Monty Python the Holy Grail, where the Black Knight won't respond to him, so he's like, "You make me sad. Come on, pansy."
Exactly. So you're at the door, not the last door, the one that's blocked by mud is whatever, but this one here. Kara, you've been checking it out. Anyone if you want to do check for traps, let me know because I'm rolling
He's trying
those.
to pull it open. I don't feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. Sure. You can hit the door.
Guardian in this room. I don't think the door's trapped. It just,
Yeah, it doesn't feel it, but you can hit the door symbol if you want to open it. Anyone can. It should work,
Okay, yeah, for sure.
and it's free time.
Matt
So
moved just as I did that. I'm moving.
thankfully, there's no mud on the other side of the door, but the gas is still there.
Nice to be able to walk again.
Oh, you know what? Could we use one of them crab legs that she severed as a 10-foot pole?
Wow.
If you give me permission, I'll hack one off.
She
I already
cut-
hacked off 4 of them.
All right then.
Just gotta pick it up.
All right.
There's a dry
I like that
hallway.
I'll go back to Riel. Grab one of them crab legs, the longest
All right.
one.
I'll grab a crab leg and start poking around.
I mean, just give it to me. I'll use it
All right.
as I move
Then
forward.
just say, "Hand me a crab leg." I can.
I mean, you were closer because you were talking to that thing.
All right, so
He's got a crab leg now.
yeah, and No, nothing. The hallway's 10 feet wide. It's got that stucco motif, hieroglyphic, geometric patterns consistent. If you know Aztec archaeology and such like that. And there's a staircase at the end that goes down to another door. This one's not beaten bronze, however. This one...
Aren't we trying to go up?
Yeah, these stairs do go down.
At this point.
I mean, yeah, the only two stairs, or the one stair up we've seen was blocked, and the other two stairs we've seen were down, so we're going down.
Okay.
Does somebody want to carry my oil-soaked cloak? That we can still use.
I also want to
potentially?
note I have what I don't know if this is metagaming. It is metagaming. I don't know what I have. Never mind. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm not... I will carry it for you. No, I will not.
Okay,
I have a torch. I'm crazy. Somebody take this thing.
He also push.
Yeah.
You know, you can. I would carry it if somebody else wants to use a 10-foot pole, but I'm just volunteering to go first.
Yeah, yeah.
How about I carry the oiled
Got
up?
it.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So I'm gonna go down the stairs,
Oh, wait.
prodding each stair as I go.
I'm behind you with
Thinking
a
like
spear
that.
Okay. There's a
and a torch.
large iron door. This one has motifs of faces on it, large faces, and they're blowing wind, it appears, kind of in a stylized way.
Get the traps with my wand.
Then your call. It's different from the beaten bronze doors.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if my wand points at the door when I check it for traps.
So your wand hums, it's vibrant and glows briefly, and it's trap-free.
All right, I'll open it up.
Traps within 30 feet, I take it. No.
All right, the room beyond is interesting. Just forgot my spot. This apartment is wet and the walls are covered with a slimy white buildup. There's about 1.5 inches of water and mud blanketing the floor, so you're back in mud again. Within the room are many overturned pedestals and pieces of broken statuary line the floor, partially buried in the mud. Only one pedestal in the northwest corner remains standing. On it sits a small metallic three-sided pyramid. Overhead in the shadow-draped ceiling are inlaid colored tiles depicting a starry sky and forming strange patterns in the areas above the pedestals. Opposite the entrance in this room is another door. Upon approaching the other... Oh, we haven't approached the other door. Okay.
What's the pyramid made out of, you said?
The pyramid... doesn't say... I would imagine it's some sort of jade.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Treasure.
A metallic...
Yeah,
jade.
Finally.
Trap too.
And the ceiling has depictions of sky above each pedestal.
There are actually constellations if you recognize the old patterns your grandfather drew in the sand and such. And there's a wording in Olmec. You can make an intelligence check if you can try to read it.
Okay.
It was inside the door. If you look, well, you haven't got into the room yet. It's above the door. If you guys would have been leaving the room, if you follow.
I made the intelligence check.
So you got to go in the room.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
prodding ahead. I'll lead into the room, prodding ahead with the crab leg.
Okay, so head into the room then, and I'll make a search traps roll. It's clear to you, heretic.
So keep in mind that if you're going to be in a square that you're not behind me, it's not necessarily trap free. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. That's
Who
fine.
care,
I just
real?
wanted to
Well, that's a good
I'm
call.
prodding with the thing. I'm just saying if you're not in this, if you're not behind me, there's
Well,
a
I just
chance
want
you
to take a
can
look
trip a
at the
trap.
fucking... Okay. I just want to take a look at the letters.
It's all good. I'm just warning everybody.
Repeating yourself.
Yeah, and one person per square, generally, unless you're moving through. So, yeah, Care, so far so good. And everybody's been slipping around a bit. It's very slimy and wet. And you're curious to look around and you realize this room is very benign. You don't sense danger and Care. You feel confident that you look around with a wise eye and you look back at the others who are eager to move about, but they realize, yeah, this place could have been trapped, but you don't sense it. And you reach the other door safely. And at this point, everyone give me a saving throw versus poison. You can macro it on your character sheet if you have it. If not, you can roll 20-sided. And let me roll, or tell me if you roll under 15, there's a chance.
Fail.
Oh,
Care. So if you don't have a slow poison spell on you, you roll D4. If you failed, you get the full effect of D4 damage, hit points damage.
Only one person has slow poison, right?
yeah.
One person is yeah.
And so is it save and you avoid all damage, or is it save versus half?
Save for half.
Okay, so I'll take a point of damage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll high on these saves. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to beat 15. Is that what you said?
None of us
Okay.
got 15.
Nope.
Yeah, we're all dying of poison. How much damage do we take?
One D4 if you
Want us to roll?
fail, and half.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, just one.
And you're all looking a bit pale, and some of you might have vomited even.
Ouch. I'm not doing well.
Yeah, Birdie vomited.
I need some. How you doing, Birdie? You need some of the healing, or at least to slow this stuff down.
So Care,
I might
you're at
need
this
some.
door. You can open it, and you realize and move on quickly. This
Well, question
room,
real fast. Why is this a double square? Is there something unusual about this one compared to the other?
those
Is
are
that
where
where
the
the closed
pedestals
jade thing
were.
is?
Pardon me, I was dabbling. Those are where the pedestals had been. They'd all toppled off, except for the double one is still standing. That's the one with the metallic jade pyramid on it.
The jade thingy.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, I
It's
can
right
take 10 minutes and look for traps. But
So, what were you saying, Birdie? You're thinking about taking
Hold
the
on.
pyramid. You're thinking about taking the pyramid.
I'm
If-
throwing up and I'm staring at the pyramid
And
because
we're
it's the
throwing
one
up.
thing that could make this whole mess worth it.
Indeed.
We have
Wand.
rope.
And the wand to detect traps should pick up anything within 30 feet. If there's a trap in this room, I'm using
And
another charge.
Okay.
You detect no traps in the room. The room is clear.
I'm going to open this door.
Room's clear.
Okay.
Take that if you want
Is
it.
it just the
Seems
other
to be-
side of the door or this room too?
Okay, one at a time. Hold on. Let's start with Lane. What are you doing?
I was using my wand to check for traps.
Okay.
And
So far, this room is clear, and the pyramid thing is clear. Otherwise, you would have gotten a vibration in the wand, and you would have seen
Mhm.
through your eyes this kind of aura coming off whatever was trapped. Okay,
gotcha.
that's your action.
It's
You're
clear.
done. Clear.
Mhm.
So, Heretic, you open the door. You look on into a 10-foot wide hallway that has a typical motif and theme. It goes south, but there's water draining from this room, and some of the muck and stuff kind of sloshes into the hallway a bit, but it's a slow drain. So there's a slow, murky moisture going down the middle, and it turns around a 90-degree angle up ahead. You can move into the hallway if you wish.
I'll probably head and I'll move in.
Okay, you move on to the hallway. You can get to the corner and look around easily if you want.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
You
Okay.
also didn't tell me what the letter said.
The letter said, it represents the god. Okay, this represents the god of the moon and the lightning, Apokatakel. I'll
Alright,
write
cool.
it in there. And it's just a bit of background. There's a poem written to this god of the moon and the lightning and how he brings light in the darkness when the sun has gone beyond the crest, represented by the other god.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Bit of lore, I suppose. Anything else you want to do
Is that
quickly?
Yoha Latakatel?
Yeah.
Yoha Latakatel?
Apocoto Quill. He's actually might be a bit not in the deities demigods. I'll have to double check that. I don't recognize the name again. I recognize
Yeah,
it from the module.
I think this is made a little bit before deities and demigods, so
Yeah.
they have their own divinities as opposed to the Aztec ones.
Yeah. Moving around, Ross. What are you doing? And you can move your character. You see Kara slipping off down the hallway, and Kara, you can actually go down the hallway a ways if you wish.
I mean, I'll wait. I'm just scouting ahead a little for the party.
Yeah.
Also,
And using
So-
your thing. Yeah.
So I'll as I pass, I see Ethelina reaching for the pyramid, and I just say, "Note the fate of the axe in the wall," and I just walk past her with that, and I keep my spear and torch out, and getting behind Care.
I'm going to I'll follow along here with my bow, and if any trouble occurs, I'll take a shot at it. But first, I need to use the washroom one more time.
Gotcha. And
I don't think they have one around here.
yes,
It's
there's a urinal. Excellent, everyone. So
Lena's making a pouty face because she really wanted it.
I didn't.
no.
That was just in character. It may be worthwhile. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Let me speak metagame a minute. That room was a red herring. You could have spent a lot of time just farting around in that room, trying to get into that pyramid, and it would have cost you. Just let you know. That's not always the case, but that just happens to be the module's he's clever when he wrote this module. It's like,
Who's the author?
Nobody grabbed the pyramid.
Who's the author of the module?
By Harold Johnson
I don't know
and
who that
Jeff
is.
Leeson. Yeah, I had neither. They were kind of a flash in the pan, I think. They just were one of those old school guys that knew Gary and
It was a tournament module.
that too. Yeah, a custom module written for a tournament. All right, so Kara's come to the edge of this hallway, and he's peeking around the corner, and he knows that there's something up ahead, and the stream is flowing down slowly, sluggishly, and there's lichens and such around that give a little aura to the place, and there's that ever-present kind of blowing wind, it seems, in this place, and a drip of water in the distance, and the croak of some creature. It's live game right now. I'm starting the clock again, so in 10 minutes.
We're all dying again.
I'm all dying again.
I'm gonna continue to work forward using the crab leg on the floor for pit traps and whatnot.
Gotcha. This hallway seems to be coated with the same slime that found elsewhere, and the floor of this passage is covered with a layer of mud. Through the slick and steady stream of water trickles north. That's north now, is to the left, of course, remember? The stucco on the walls is slaking off, and there are silver slime tracks crisscrossing the walls and ceiling. Ahead in the darkness, they glow faintly.
Silver slime tracks crisscrossing the ceiling,
And the walls.
Like
the walls.
slug slime type stuff?
Snails, slugs, critters.
Are they tiny or are they big?
They seem small, not excessively
Okay.
large.
Oh,
From
that's
what you've
worse.
seen of that giant crab, you're thinking, holy. No, just small.
No.
Along the east wall of the passage stands a 12-foot-tall stone statue of a man outfitted in native finery and holding this narrow stone tray in his raised arms. His eyes appear to be black gemstones. The right one droops out of its socket, balancing on a sweating cheek. Behind the left shoulder can be seen the hilt of a weapon, most likely a sword. The nose, forehead, and tray of the statue are chipped and scratched. And there are a visual aid
Hello.
for this one. So that's the big star statue thing.
It's not showing up for me yet, but
Likewise.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the illustration either.
there it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
And
Okay.
I'll also show you the original.
Oh, thank you.
Does the sword look like it's made out of stone also?
Okay, now again, we have to everyone declare what they're going to do. In particular, because you're approaching this thing kind of going, ooh, and there's more beyond. The hallway continues, and there's door up ahead. So I'm gonna quickly. I go live on Discord. You can see the original artwork. On the left was
Nice.
Tamoachan's Popolakas, his shrine, tomb, and on the right is this statue.
Does the sword appear to be made out of stone also?
You'd have to climb up.
And I will. I'll drop my crab claw and I'll attempt to climb walls.
Nice.
Want me to roll that or you want?
Nope, go ahead. The climb is yours.
Oh, I actually might have failed that. Hold on.
Okay, what was everyone else doing while he's doing this? He's climbing up the statue and he's going to
I'm
check it out.
gonna keep my bow on the statue in case it comes to life for trying to get too close to the sword.
Okay, so you're where you are on the map?
Actually, there we go. I'll just go there so it's a little harder for me to hit people. Well,
Sure. All right, so
yeah, I just realized
I
what
was
that
struggling.
So the only person I'd have a risk of shooting by accident would be Kar.
anyone else going further down the passage or around the statue? Or checking for traps or going to the door? You see there's a big honking door where the water kind of pools and then seeps underneath and keeps going.
This is taking time, so yeah, I'll go check the door for traps. I'll use my check for traps thing.
Okay.
And while we're checking, I'm going to I have two questions. A, if I listen really hard, do I hear anything besides the water? And B, can I tell which way the wind is blowing? If I'm
So
just
you're
kind of
gonna-
standing and observing.
Are you a thief or elf? Do you have hear noise?
Where is that?
It's a thief.
She's
still.
she's
I do.
thief. Yeah, she just hear noise.
You hear a lot of things down here. Of course, sounds echo, and this ancient place has all sorts of things and spirits, creatures, but nothing nearby. As you're doing that, though, you realize that I rolled awful, heretic. Pardon me. As you're climbing up the statue and kind of bracing yourself on the left, the whole statue just suddenly comes
No,
off.
I'm climbing the wall. I'm climbing the wall, not the statue.
Okay.
Said I was
All
going
right.
to climb the wall next to the statue.
Yeah. So you fall down.
I failed. I definitely failed.
Yeah, you fall, and in falling, you have to move to the side because the statue actually teeters and falls across and crashes against the other wall, and a bunch of splinter dust and particles flying. And you do take some damage as you awkwardly slam against the wall. 3 points damage. Ouch. That was like max damage. And the statue goes bang, and its head hits and kind of crumples and pieces fly off, and everyone kind of stops and looks around as the sound echoes across the whole place. Of course, it's a big statue, 12 feet tall, and it comes across. But you land and you're like, ow, damn it! You getting up and you're like, fuck. Your ankle's like sore as hell, and you wrenched it hard. But you do reach over and you see that the sword itself has clattered onto the floor, and it's one of those old school. It's a big sword. It's a bastard sword in size, and it's made out of a central stem that has obsidian blades put into it. You know those old school Aztec swords?
The one that looks
And-
like a... Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, nice.
And it's well preserved. It doesn't seem to be affected by time, and it's so beautifully made. Like doesn't seem primitive either.
Anyone want to cast detect
Makahatl.
magic on that beauty?
I mean, I'll take the sword if rather than cast a spell, I'll just take it.
It's so gnarly.
It's actually laminated wood. I'm just reading up on it.
Yeah.
Inset with jagged teeth of obsidian.
It's like somebody took concertina wire and just covered the edge of a wooden board, and you beat somebody with that. That's absolutely terrifying.
You ever see
And that is what the
Apocalyptica?
weapons are like.
Been
Yes.
a long time.
Yes, yeah, amazing movie. So
Is it a weapon that a thief can use?
well, I'm not sure. It's a big sword.
Well, then I probably can't use it. Let one of the fighter guys. I'm gonna have to take my healing potion though, because I'm already down.
If it's no insult to you guys, I'll try picking up the blade and seeing what effects it has on me.
I'm cool.
And those with arcane knowledge or Olmec knowledge can make a intelligence check to kind of analyze it as well. You can tell this one has been blessed by the old gods.
Oh wow, it's a divine weapon.
I also apologize, Darren. I know you rolled that behind the screen. I apologize. I just rolled it, and I'm like,
No, all cool. Yeah. Yeah, I was on that, Ross. You didn't find any traps, as far as you know, and I won't tell you if you did unless you open the door.
I forget that constantly.
No problem. So who's got the sword?
I do.
All right. You have to. Are you proficient in exotic weapons? What's your character?
I am a fighter.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're good. It's
I'm
finely
also
bound,
otherwise.
and there's an aura to it. It's like hums. Let me double check something a minute because.
Do we reenact that scene in the first Harry Potter movie where he takes his wand and then the room blusters with wind?
This might be the first time that I've seen the fighters can use all weapons feature matter a great deal.
Generally, yeah, that's their thing. It's at least a +1 weapon.
Okay.
If it use it two-handed, it does D10 damage, and against large creatures it does 2d8.
All right, I will be punching that into.
And the wood, the lacquered wood, has a motif of vines and plants.
All right, in that case, I will switch from the bow to this lacquered woods and plants. It is what is the weapon called again? A bastard sword?
It's a Makahatl.
Makahatl. And that's when wielded in two hands. It does a D8.
D10.
Or D10.
Or in two hands? Yeah, D10.
I'm two-handing it.
And D8 if it's one-handed.
Okay, and then 2d8 if it's two-handed with large.
And you feel this weapon can cut through any sort of plant thing, any sort of vegetative thing, any
Nice.
like butter,
That's at least
and
+2.
through wood, and it's +4 versus any plant-based creature or.
Nice. And Darren, there is it's a door icon behind the statue. Is there an obvious door there?
Okay, sorry, Heretic, hold that thought. It's also +2 against all serpentine creatures, or lizard. Anything
Snails,
lizard-like.
perhaps. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Heretic.
It seems like it's hidden that
While
way.
you're there, Heretic, you're checking out the behind the statue. You were saying?
Oh no, I see that there's a door icon behind the statue. Do I see a door, or is there just a blank wall there?
You see that the statue was blocking what appears to be a concealed door. You can see it now. It's exposed. And you think you can open it. If you want to check for traps, it'll take time. Now, normally it takes like 10 minutes to do stuff like check for traps and hidden items. I've curtailed that. It'll take a minute.
Okay, I'll search for traps. I'll take a minute.
Okay. So while that minute is ticking by, what is Ross doing?
Well,
Just hit my timer again. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is after I've already checked the door, right? This
Yep.
is the next. Okay.
It's not locked. You could open it if you want.
Yeah, I'll open it then.
Along the east wall of the passage stands a 12-foot tall statue. You open this and how far? Let me see what you can see. Hold on. Oh yeah, you can see much at all. The room beyond is actually. Let me bring in a icon because it is dimly lit. 1 minute. I'll bring in and this one, it smells of the sea, and it smells of moisture. You're hit when you open the door with a layer of moisture. The doors to this room are made of bronze and are tinted blue with oxidization. A short hall ends in steps down, leading to the central chamber. This chamber is flooded with a brackish water. The pool seems to be about a couple feet deep, if you're poking and prodding, and covers the entire floor. A central hall, flanked by narrow aisles, is formed by 2 rows of massive square columns. The walls are coated with a slime, and there are vile, glowing lines etched across them. From what could be seen of the chamber's walls, the stone appears to be crudely worked. 2 corroded bronze braziers stand thigh-deep in the brackish water. Towards the middle of the room, 2 broken urns, apparently once about 4 feet tall, huddle in the water. In the darkness on the eastern wall appears to be the growth of some sort of which gleams as vilely as the slime trails, burning with a greenish hue. So I've actually taken the liberty of saying you kind of stepped somewhat into the room and looking. Why is that blocked? Okay, that's all right. Anyway, you see a very large, articulate, special chamber. It's way larger than even the sepulcher of Papalakis.
The eastern wall, you said something had a greenish hue, but I couldn't hear.
Yeah, you can see a greenish hue coming from this side in particular.
Okay.
There's 2 alcoves on the right and left that are not in the water. You can see the water is down these steps here. And pardon me, everybody, I have to run upstairs real quick. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Everyone tell me what you're doing. I hope everyone can stick around for a little while yet.
So, are we thinking this might be a good place for my lower water spell?
I think so too.
Yeah, I like that idea. That sounds a really good way to see if there's anything.
The other question I have is I've got 2 more. We're going to have to roll for poison here soon, I think. I have 2 more castings of slow poison, so if whoever's the most susceptible to, poison death soon,
yeah,
I can try and cast that on the whoever needs it.
It sounded like Care.
Now we take that off of our hit points, don't we?
The slow poison just means when we roll for poison, I think you take 1 point of poison damage instead of rolling d4.
Yeah.
And it lasts for 7 hours. After 7 hours, you take the full whatever you didn't take, if we're still in the poison place. So.
Because I have 20 hit points, so what I'm wondering is that enough to last me for a while if someone else...
I've got like 40 hit points.
It's probably
I don't need
either you, Lena,
well,
or
I have
Care,
technically
or both.
6. I have 16 left because I took 4 damage last time. So
it probably ought to be you and You
Yeah,
and
you and Care.
Care. Yeah, the two thieves.
Yeah.
I should probably.
All right. I don't know how long it takes to cast that, but so because I was thinking when we were creeping down the hallway, if I could just like all of a sudden I just start rubbing garlic on you, because that's how part of my casting apparently. I got garlic buds as part of my component,
Now I
so I
just
can
need
start.
butter and I'm dinner.
Yeah. You're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, just hold on, you'll feel better, I promise. I'm rubbing garlic on you.
How am I supposed to sneak up on anybody smelling like dinner?
Yeah, good point. I smells down here though. I'm sure it's fine.
Right.
True. Though honestly, some garlic cheese bread sounds really good right now.
All right, everybody. Yeah, so that's cool. You guys have a sense of urgency and also curiosity. That this game's a balance, right? You have to like, ooh.
I would recommend going out in the front if that's alright with you guys, since I've got the most hit points and the biggest damage dealer, and I'll protect our mage as he casts lower water.
My God will protect us as I cast lower water. Ternalia commands
Okay.
the water lower, I guess.
Now,
I found a trap on the secret door.
no. And you can open it if you want.
I'll
Seems-
pop it open just to see what's in there.
Go ahead. While the others are gathering, and you see the mage is going to be casting the spell. There's this passageway doesn't have the intricate carvings or anything. It's just it's plumb straight though, of course, right? But you see it's a very functional secret passage that just goes off to the east.
Hey guys, we do have an eastern passage here.
Definitely should check that out, I think.
Is the air better in either room? Passageway?
No, it's still bad.
Does the wind have a preference for which way it goes?
The wind?
Yeah, like a draft.
Yeah, you said there was a
Yeah,
draft or a breeze, so I'm wondering, does it
it's
blow a
uncanny,
particular
but it
direction?
doesn't seem to really. Yeah, it just seems to be there. You hear it, and sometimes there's a breeze on your face, and other times not. No major ventilation system in order. Now, this lower water spell will affect a large area. You'll have to decide, though, because you realize as if you move into the room to cast the spell, you'll have to move into the room to see what you're going to be doing and so on. This is a large area. It's 80 or 90 feet by 70 by 80 feet-ish. Large vaulted ceiling. And you sense the water isn't too deep. The stairs go into it. On either side are alcoves that hold areas you haven't investigated yet either. And so you'll be able to lower the water in basically a 10-foot wide strip if you want, or an area. It's your call. You won't be able to do the whole room.
It's more of a party of the Red Sea kind of deal, but like smaller.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can actually see across the room, I think. Let me have a look here what you can see. Yeah, it's kind of lit with that aqualescent glow, of course.
I wonder if it's like destroy water in 5e. In 5e, you could have create water or destroy water, and you can do that. You can just bam, and you can get rid of a section of water.
Yeah, this one's a bit vague. I picture it as you actually literally have a segment where the water just disperses down.
Yeah, like a miracle, because it's a cleric spell, right?
Yeah, and that's totally cool. If you want to do that, I'm just let me know vaguely which. In other words, you can probably
do
lower.
that, then I realized you found a secret door, so maybe we want to investigate that before I blow a spell.
Sure. You could
In that
probably
case,
lower
we'll
about
investigate
a
the
third
secret
of the room, is what I'll say. In any way you wish.
door. Would you allow us to investigate the secret door first?
Of course.
Indeed.
If we're doing the secret door, I will take the crab leg back up again and enter the corridor and begin prodding ahead of me.
The water beads collected along the walls of this narrow passage, and the flooring is cold and damp. But it's not covered in mud or anything. This one's actually, you can walk nicely. A low ceiling, only 5 feet high. So in here, two-handed weapons are penalized. You're -4 with two-handed weapon.
Lane, I'm sorry. Please keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are them silver trails in here or not?
I'm not sure.
No. None. This place hasn't been, nothing's been in this passage for centuries.
Darren, I accidentally moved Lane's token out into the wall, and now he's
Yeah, I
clipped
can't seem to
into-
get back in.
Thank you.
There we
No,
go.
I brought you back.
It said
Thanks.
there's
It's
a
like I
penalty for two-handed
glitched in a
weapon.
video game or something.
So moving along. Up ahead. I have to double check something. This passageway is slime covered, and a stream of water trickles away from the door. Pardon that. Just inside the southern doorway to the left and right are two small. Okay, so pardon me again. Nope. You come to the back of a door that has been forced open, and there's rubble and debris shattered around. This is the first time you actually see ruins and destruction. You're not sure what caused it, but there's rubble around, and you enter this passageway where there's again a pool of water seeping from underneath the door here. And the passageway moves off to the east, which is up.
I'm gonna do the classic.
West, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Isn't it west is up? But the north was right.
Yes, east is up,
Oh,
North.
east is up. Okay.
north is left. This passageway is slime covered, and a stream of water trickles away from the door. There's condensation on the walls, door, and ceiling, which drips on the party. The quiet sound of dripping and splashing echoes in the corridor. This door is tightly sealed and appears to be warped outward or wedged shut. The door's hinges are mounted on this side.
It's
Oh.
warped outward.
No,
Fascinating.
pardon me. Sorry, guys. I read that's the wrong. This one's a little bit inarticulate.
It looks like this is a shortcut around the chamber that you guys looked into, the water one.
Yes. And I found it,
Waters.
guys. Sorry. This hall is strewn with mud and flotsam. Water gathers in the center of the corridor and flows west to a closed door, which is there.
That's great. If it's flowing west, that means that we could get out of here because that's up.
Right. The passage ends in a set of double doors to the east, and that's way down there. So you can go down that passageway, and I'll describe them.
Do we want to go back to the room where you guys wanted to lower the water, or do we want to keep moving forward?
Nah.
Let's see if we can get
Might
to
be
the
stuff
surface
in
first,
there.
then we'll decide.
Yeah.
True, but let's see where this goes, and then if it does lead to the surface, we can clear out our lungs, go back down, and see what's there.
Yeah, I concur with that, big time. I'm using my
sounds good to me.
crab leg.
Uh-oh. This looks like, okay, so you said it's flowing to the west. Is it falling from the ceiling?
Yes.
Oh.
You guys are being like rained on in a way.
Oh gosh.
In this hallway. It's kind of just, and it's collecting, going into that door to the west.
And there's like a pool here.
Yep.
Prod the pool to see if see its depths.
Okay. Nice. Your stick prods something up to the side.
Which
And it's a piece of beautiful pink jade. And it's a small little carving of a beetle.
Pink jade. That
And it's
sounds
like-
rare.
Indeed.
I don't know if you can.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Any
Snake.
mages or anyone with Olmec ancestry or mages can make an intelligence check. And if you're not Olmec, it's +5. It's a tough one, but if you're Olmec, you can just roll.
I don't think I made it, sadly. No, I think I might. Yeah, my intelligence is 9. I missed it.
I missed it.
Just grab it.
I mean, so does the ceiling look like the integrity is poor? Does it look like it could easily shatter? Or, I mean...
Not hard to say. It's so far you've been lucky, I guess. So you're like, yeah, that's a possibility.
And this stuff that's flowing out of the ceiling is viscous. It's not fresh water.
No, it's actually water, but it's probably stagnant.
Okay, we have one way out if we have to. We're really
Or we can flood the whole complex.
Yeah.
If I lower the water from here, will it just rain on top of us and make a hole?
It's a slow little stream, like sluggish.
Right.
It's not much.
Okay. All right,
It
let's
would
keep
Kind of
going.
like it's a limestone cave.
It would take weeks to
Yeah.
fill this hallway if you plugged it up. Or
If I grab the pink beetle, does anything happen?
it's it squirms in your hand.
Oh, it
And-
moves? I fucking throw it away.
Okay, yeah, you throw it down.
I throw it at the wall, the opposite side of the hall.
It hits the wall and falls to the ground. Clunk, clunk, inert.
Yeah, holy cow, that thing like came alive in my hands, guys.
Fascinating.
Did we hit it with a stick?
You can do whatever you want to do.
I don't think we have a stick.
You have
Well,
crab
you
claw.
got a bastard sword here.
Hey, anybody that wants to mess with this thing, here's the crab claw. I'm gonna just jump over this puddle. And, that thing freaked me out.
Anyone dare touch it or do whatever?
I'm not going to touch it. I'll go check the door for traps. Yes.
Excellent. The doors are heavy, bronze-bound wood, actually, each with a handle and a keyhole. In the shadow of the western end, a stone block has shifted. Okay, you already were there. You came through the stone block that had shifted in the hall. That's where you guys came in. Who here has hear noise? Could you
I
give?
do.
Okay, what's your hear noise, Heretic? And I think you have it as well, Ross.
Mm-hmm. I do. I have 20 for your noise.
I think I'm the same, aren't I?
You should
you're
be
a thief.
better. Yours should be better than mine.
Noise. I'm 25% on hear noise.
I'm at 10%, but I think I might have calculated that at a level 1.
By the way, when you
You're
did
same
tap,
level as me, so you have 25%.
when you tap that pink jade little thing, it's like probably only about 4 inches long. It was inert. It just flopped around and clunked around. It was like a rock. It was like a stone. Sorry, Heretic, you had what?
I have 25% unless being a half elf gives me a bonus. I'm looking at that right now.
Okay. Care, you thought you heard something. It was just on the edge, though. You might have heard some clicking noises. Yeah, coming from behind you. It might have, or front, you're not sure. Yeah, it must have been behind.
surprised. I actually seem to have the same hear noise rating as the thieves. I figured it would be lower.
What are you?
I'm an assassin.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
The others were busy dealing with the jade thing and then the door, so we moved on.
Yeah. So I give everybody a silent hiss. I'm like, "Shh," and I point back. Like
Back
there's
the
something
way.
behind us.
Oh, okay.
There's something behind us.
Wait, is it on the other side of the door or is it behind us?
It's behind.
Behind.
I
lovely.
just give her quick symbols with my fingers so thieves can't, so I don't have to talk.
I'll step forward with the with Quetzalcoatl's fang raised high.
Could we get to the other side of the door post haste?
I
I'll hold them up.
open the door.
Riel, just you go back a little ways and you notice that the little thing is inert. It's not the thing making the noise, and you don't know nothing. You hear noises all the time, and there's water trickling down on you from the ceiling, like trickling and pouring, and you're thinking Kara's hearing things. You don't see anything.
Shit,
Well,
I'm
here's the
cursed.
thing, right? These are also trained thieves, and whatever the heck Zima is, he's having his suspicions, but he doesn't know for sure, so he won't do anything.
This
So,
door
if they
is
hear
locked.
something-
But as you approach Zima and Kara, you're distracted suddenly because Kara, you suddenly hear definitely approaching this door, you hear a faint, melodious voice heard singing. The voice seems female and very sweet and perfect.
I recognize. Can I? Any language? Like, do I recognize the language or no?
It is difficult to tell whether it's someone singing or echoes of the dripping water in the great hall.
There's.
You don't
Would any of us
you don't
know the
speak
language?
Olmec. None of you speak. Anyone who speaks Olmec, you couldn't tell. It was just some sort of giggling, faint, singing voice.
That's messed up.
I'm thinking protection from
So
evil.
do we
type.
want clicking noises or the siren?
Do you want to listen now? It'll take a minute.
Let's get this door open. And
I
get
was
out of
asking if
here.
people want to deal with the clicking noises or with the siren.
Right.
If you want to hear noises, I'll check for traps while you're doing that.
I already checked for traps for whatever that's worth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you hadn't found any.
But it looks like the door's locked, so somebody needs to.
It is.
What
Does anyone want me to try picking the lock?
Please do.
It'll take a minute.
Okay. I will try to pick the lock. At least we have options then.
Oh wow! You managed to pick the lock, and no traps are set off. you may open the
But
door.
I didn't open it yet. I just picked it, so I don't know if
Sure.
somebody wants to open it. I'm squishy.
Yep.
Open the door.
This room is lit by a strange, soft light, which illumines a stretch of sandy beach. Beyond the beach is a pool of water framed by a crystal cavern. The light seems to flow from everywhere. The pool and the walls glisten with a soft moonlight. But the most arresting thing in the room is a singer. Sitting on the beach in front of the crystalline pool is a beautiful nude woman. She is young and slim, with long golden hair and pale white skin. Her flesh seems to radiate a soft silvery light, and her hair is golden aureole. She is singing a strange melody in an unrecognizable language. It's not even Olmec. On the shore on her side is a shawl, white as the froth of waves, apparently cast aside in languor. After finishing her song, she slips into the water in a long, arching dive.
I'm just gonna go and assume that this is not what it seems to be.
I'm going to assume she's not friendly.
So we're in the pause time, and you can all discuss, because we're not in combat, so you can discuss it in RP mode and declare what you're going to do. I'll give you some more information in a minute. I just have to do something.
So, that one was beautiful. Obviously, she's a prisoner here, and I advance forward.
My God protects us. I'm
The
thinking
males, pardon me, are incredibly
tempting.
All the males are incredibly enticed.
Yes.
Such beauty and such the song is just, it's too much.
Protection
She's
from evil.
rescued, obviously.
And you feel at peace. Yeah, you feel like, oh, and Kerr walks out onto the sand, and it's firm and it's sand, and he shuffles through, and it's like he's on the most pristine beach in some tropical paradise. The walls flicker the lights, and the water laps along the sand in the manner he might have recognized in earlier times. One half of this room is filled with a pool of fluorescent water fed by a stream from the southern corridor. On the far side of the pool is a set of doors carved with a sun symbol. The apartment is floored with a white sand and broken rock, and the walls are facaded with crystallized minerals. On the beach rests a bit of white fluff in the shape of a shawl. Little can be seen in the water save a few fronds of seaweed, nor is the bottom visible. Abruptly, a golden head breaks the water, and a silvery laugh is heard. And she laughs and starts singing again. And pardon me, give me a moment. I have to quickly do some.
So basically, Mira and I are the only ones not affected.
Not affected by what?
Her. The crazy... Yeah. The wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't know, Siren?
Obviously a maiden in distress.
More like a distressing maiden.
Oh,
He's off key.
that's true in every case.
All these years, that's the first time I've heard that used backwards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Likewise. That was pretty impressive, Birdie.
So you can be thinking now what you wish. You're taking this in. This beautiful creature swims, and I'll show you the interesting avatar I have for Dasa Zult.
Assault.
Oh, is that her name?
Red
Yeah.
hair over blonde, but I'm not exactly complaining.
She don't look that attractive.
She has gray eyes.
Gray.
No, I said she has wonderful eyes.
Her curvature is great too.
Now the males are infatuated, and she's laughing and giggling, and she comes out of the water and showing herself quite unabashedly, and she's speaking in this tongue, and she's laughing and looking, and you can see the females out of the corner of her eyes, a look of jealousy, hatred. You're not affected as you see the men are clearly like kind of. Now, if you wish to resist, if you think like, oh, this is a trap or this is an evil spirit, that's your call. And if in that case, let me know. And if not, you'll be stumbling forward toward the shoreline and just kind of laughing and going, oh God, like
Reality
so
will
beautiful.
resist.
Is protection from evil the sort of thing that would help here? I'm trying to find my description of the spell, but I think that I may have protection from evil 10-foot radius if I could gather everybody.
Okay, so while you're suddenly thinking and going, oh shit, you see Kara go forward, Kara, and you get to the edge and you're just like, oh, and she's laughing and come to the edge, and she blows you a kiss. And
Is she still singing?
yeah, she seems to be singing.
And
And,
since I heard the singing, they don't seem to cast it. But
and she's beckoned to you, Kara, to come into the water.
Really? Well, I mean, I guess I'll move forward a little bit. I'll stand right on the water's edge, even though it looks like I'm in the water there.
Riel, are you resisting?
I do, yes.
Okay, give me a saving throw versus petrification polymorph.
Okay.
Ooh, polymorph. They turn us into, what were they turned into? The Argonauts. Pigs, I think.
I made it.
So how do you...
That was a rather poisonous look
You
from...
shake your head, and there's goosebumps go in your head. You suddenly realize and you're looking at her, and she's dancing this swaying move, and Kara's just kind of like, oh, okay.
I run over and grab him by the...
Hold on. That's what you were able to do, basically, was kind of shake your head and stumble. Zima.
I'm going to resist, yes.
Okay.
Zima, you know, he's a cultist of death, so he just feels like nothing.
She doesn't fit that.
Nothing in
And
this
you're
life
Olmec
is
too,
for him.
so I'll give you a bet. Oh, well, not necessary.
You got a 19.
You two realize that it's not all what it seems. Any other males here wishing to resist?
I mean, I have 30% magic resistance to charm. Can I use that?
Yeah.
Is that what she's doing to me?
In a way, yes.
Yeah. All fails.
No, you succeeded, right?
Her spell fails.
Yeah. So you enter the water, and you see her. And
Water's edge.
Yeah, but she comes forward like she would like to kiss you.
And I'm going to use shocking grasp on. I'm just going to go into the water, so I don't have to actually hit her.
Ah. All right. So suddenly things change, and we have initiative.
Blended.
Because everyone passed their rolls, right?
Looks like it.
Ah. And she looks at you, Care, with suddenly such, and she speaks to you in this language. And it's if you speak Olmec, anyone in the room, I'll give you an intelligence check, because it's an old dialect of Olmec. Old.
I made it.
You are not sacrifices. You are enemies. My master will see to you. Yes. She hisses.
I'll respond to her in the old Olmec. We have our doubts, and I'll raise the blade high. Yeah, I'm kind of playing him rather fearless, like, scariness and dread. Bring it on.
Yes. And I'm afraid everybody, that's going to be the end of the session.
Okay.
I realize I have to leave in about 10 minutes.
Would you punch in the initiative before you depart? Because I rolled a 7 and I don't want to forget that.
Yeah, same here.
It'll be in the chat, too.